Hello. Hi. Oh, my air conditioning is on, sorry. That should help. Okay. Hopefully the audio is a bit better than it was yesterday. Because I listened back and I'm like, that wasn't very clear at all, actually. So, we shall see. And what else do I need to change? And when the beat ramps up. Okay. All right. Should be good to go. Let's grab a quick drink and get started. Okay, so we're continuing on from where I was playing yesterday. A bit of a haphazard playthrough, but making progress nonetheless. It's all good. We got our tier 3 church just built in the previous, right at the end of the last stream. Fought off some raiders. I need to invest, and we got ourselves some livestock actually, yeah, so that's cool. So we finally have some of the new stuff going, right? We have the tier 3 church, we had the oats, we had the animals. We have a quarry and a deep mine. We've got 37 families in total. And how many houses? 34. Yeah, I didn't really go with many doubles here. Oh yeah, we've got honey going as well. We started making mead. And we did start supplying it, but I think we've run dry. Because we only had a little bit. We've got 96 oat sheaves. And I think I've just told them to go back in there, right? Oh, it's June now and no one's in there. Probably should get sheaven, if you can. It's the 28th. Okay. Hey, good evening. Good evening to you as well. Sorry for the lighting and everything. I feel like I'd love to stream more regularly and dedicate some proper time and improvements to this thing. Because I gotta just turn on the camera and go for it. But anyway. Alright, so hopefully we can sheave the rest of those oats. That'll be good. A little bit of a good start to animal feed next year. We have someone in here already. I would say you could just be here all the time, really. You've always got something to do. Oh yeah, we're just starting to get wool. Okay, I'm just getting refamiliarized with where we're at. Alright, ultimately the goal is to get a few more families to increase production on both iron and stone quarry making. Maybe build our first manor and then equip our boys with some more equipment, because they're a bit low. So I'm just gonna, while things are paused, I'm gonna look over this situation right now. So let's see. So no iron ore, no iron slabs. Anyone in there? No. I need to like unassign everyone and reassign everybody, I feel like, because it's a bit chaotic. Oh yeah, we've just gotten more out of the quarry just so we could build a church. So I can ease up on the quarry for now, I guess. Quarry sells for a decent amount, or stone does, but I'd rather it be iron. On the farming side of things, no one's on farming. 3 on that granary, 1 on this farmhouse, just doing their thing. Then we're going to start beginning proper harvesting this year. At least that was the plan. I don't know if I've got the families for it. Definitely want to improve the family thing so it shows me the seasonal assignment, but also how many of these are like artisans, I guess. I'm just struggling to see, like, how the hell do we have 33 families assigned? I just don't understand that. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, this one doesn't show the number properly. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then down here, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, I guess it adds up. Okay, because the rest are artisans then. Alright, fair enough. We just need more houses. Let's get some people moving in. Guess maybe along here again. Alright, time is playing again. See how we get on. It's a sign of a decent game, I think, when I want to play it again and like re-optimize how I've done things. But anyway, we'll continue as is. But my goal basically now is just to make cheese and get some tier 3 houses going and stuff. So we need clothes for that. And they're gathering wool now. As long as it's summer, they'll just continue to do that. They should be able to do it on their own throughout the whole year. I don't think we need another family. I guess if they got sick, it would be pretty bad. Oh, they're getting some milk in as well. Nice. I actually might need 2 families, because now they drop 2 wool. I think they have to go to the same sheep twice. I need to make a note of that and find out if that's true. Oh, people are moving in straight away, though. That's what we like to see. Okay, good. So, I guess start a little bit of mining, then. If you can, get off the bloomery. Actually, yeah, 1 on each, I suppose. Two and then 1. Now, let's see if these guys are threshing as they should be. Waiting, going somewhere. Yeah, I wonder why. Medium threshing priority. It shouldn't even need that. It's just that we have oat sheaves. 92. Don't know where they are. In here, maybe? Nope. Oh yeah. That's a weird one. I gotta write that down as well. That's like a strange use case. So, if you have more than 1 farmhouse, but only families assigned to 1 farmhouse, during harvest, families will bring their harvest to the closest farmhouse rather than the one they work at, which is probably fine. But that does mean then that it's just, this has been left sat there and no one's threshing it because it's in a farmhouse that nobody works at. So it's just an interesting kind of problem, I guess. Hey, good morning as well. I'm going to endeavor to be better at reading my chat, so hopefully nice and quick response. Alright, well at least we figured out the problem there. That makes a lot of sense. Manor Lords has changed a lot. Yeah, it has. Lots of little things, especially in this update, right? Lots of little things that change how you play. Hey, Mantequilla. Oh, sorry, that was... I already read that. Kiza? God, you're not making it easy to say these names. Alright, well, things are looking good, though, anyway. We've just gotten... Those houses were built so fast. Holy crap. That's great. We have 8 living space? Nice. Okay, people are moving in anyway, then. Didn't really need the extra houses. I think it's these ones we just built, no? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 living space there. Oh, no one lives in these 3. Or 4. Okay, cool. They must have just built those. Didn't remember that. These are getting a bit to capacity, so I guess we'll have to just keep scaling up. Not that much food yet, so I don't have to worry about that too much. There we go. They're going to start threshing now. Yeah. I'd like to see it, and the granary worker will go pick that up, and it'll be made into animal feed, which should help greatly this year, because for some reason I didn't make any more, so don't know what happened there, but I got distracted and none of these fields were being harvested, I guess. Whoops. So it's going to be a little tough to supply the animal feed. I might have to buy some. In theory, we should get about 200 though, from the amount of oat sheaves that we have just even now. It's got to be like some of the most suboptimal farming ever, because it turned out this was all elevation. And because of that, all the sheep were dying, so we had to move it down here. But that means they have so far to go to pick up the animal feed now. Really, I guess maybe fields should be done down here, but the fertility is not nearly as good. I guess up here would be nice. Oats maybe over there. Just call me Batman. I'm not gonna... Oh yeah, the icon. I was gonna say, I'm not gonna be able to remember that, but yeah. The icons are tiny for me. I have a chat on the other screen. They're a little bit bigger there. Construction yard was a nice concept. Keeping some families aside for construction work. Yeah, that was... Greg's idea was to have a construction yard that is required to build bigger structures. And my idea was that the construction yard would act like a depot for storage material, and that they build regular things faster. I think that was mine anyway. Team effort. But it's the reason I explain that stuff is usually because it's like, oh, it evolves over time what it was originally meant for. I think we're going to change it so that at the moment there's only one ox cart. I'm asking that we can have 2. Originally the building was a bit... Damn, that keeps happening to me. Originally the building was a bit smaller. It was a bit more square. Now it's a bit more rectangular. And that's because there was just so much traffic coming in and out of here with all the carts. So we can't really add too many more. But one more cart and then drop this position I think would make things a bit more clear. People are struggling a bit to know that right now the ox, when assigned, uses a cart. And it's not that intuitive to know that, which we knew. But yeah, if we could have just 2 ox, 2 carts, none of this like where the ones don't have carts, because that makes it even more confusing. You're like, okay, why aren't they work here but they don't pull a cart? Like, why? Hopefully that makes a bit more sense. And then hand carts, there's 3 for the families. I wanted to have a cart for every family, but it doesn't really work that way. Each person takes a cart, so a family has 3 people. So in theory, one family could use those 3. It's interesting, all these weird little considerations you have to think about. Anyway, is it me or do you sound like you have a cold, darn? My nose is kind of blocked. I have allergies, so maybe that's just why. I have hay fever. I don't feel it. It's just the way it is. But yeah, it's probably true. Until you said it, I didn't really breathe through my nose. Now I'm like, oh yeah, it's like 90% blocked. That's just the way it goes when you're a nerd. Also, I've only been up for like 2 hours. I was up very late last night. Like till like 5 in the morning. So I got up at like 1 today. It's 20 to 4. And I just feel like still groggy or something in my head. So maybe I'm just all stuffed up or something. I feel fine though. And hey Chris. Work area empty 4. There's still a little bit. They're getting a basket. They're going. They'll say that it's empty because it is. And then it grows a little bit. That's a bit annoying. But yeah. Are they done down here now? No, they're still working away. Great. That's good. It's almost like I've gotten a harvest of oats, actually. So hopefully they'll turn it into animal feed. The problem is they'll probably just eat it. And there's nothing we can do about that, really. Their priority here is to go get pasture stuff. I argued the priority should be animal feed always, but the testers disagreed. So we changed it back. Oh, maybe don't have a limit on that at all, actually, as well. I'm hoping they go and get stuff, bring it down here, and turn it into animal feed. Yeah. I almost feel like, I guess, what should happen is you just don't store oats at all. So only this worker will go and pick up 10 at a time, bring them down and give it to them. That would probably work a bit better. The weather and pollution is worse these days. All my friends are having cold or fevers. Hey, Kenrick. Yeah, I've always been like that, though. I've actually had much less problems as I've gotten older. I lived in Ireland, though. Like, I lived in a place where that literally looked like this. Like, basically. Pretty much. I lived in a place where there was, like, it's just a long road, pretty much like that. About that distance, maybe just a little longer. And just houses either side, just along a straight line road. And then all surrounding it, just fields. All farmland. So, growing up with hay fever, summer was, like, just a nightmare. I just stayed inside playing games all day, as one does. Also, I had no friends here because, like, it's just such a rural area that I had friends in school, but, like, you know, no one was, like, around. Not really, anyway. So you'd have to be driven over to your friends. So most of the time I was just playing games and stuff. But I just remember, like, there was hay fields or wheat fields just outside my window, like, stretching really far. And it's like, dude. My dad used to be on my case. He's like, why don't you go out there and cut the grass? It's like, Dad, I've got hay. It's really bad. Like, now it's nothing. This is just, oh, blocked nose, whatever. But back then, like, I could barely open my eyes. They were streaming. They were bloodshot red. Nose is completely blocked. My sinuses would get blocked then. And if I, like, leaned over, I believe air gets trapped in your sinuses and air rises. So when you lean over it, the air pushes against your temple, and it's the worst pain. And my dad's like, just get out there on the tractor or whatever. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm sorry, but I'm a nerd. It's not gonna work. But anyway, long story short, over here in England, it's a more urban environment I'm in. So I don't really get it. I get a little bit, but not nearly as much. Oh yeah, I forgot we took that region. By the way, we're just waiting. I'm waiting on more families to move in. We've got great approval and everything. If I could just push approval up a little more, we'd get it into that higher territory that gives us extra families. Didn't we just... Oh yeah, this is meant to be the tailor. There we go. Then we can start making clothes. We should have a lot of wool now. Or a little bit anyway. Yeah, 75. That's okay. So that's 75 clothes. That's 30-ish families taken care of for the year for clothing. And how many tier 2 families do we have? 21. So we've covered that. Even just that amount of sheep covers clothing for the year for the amount of families I have. This has like always been a controversial thing with the game. I am a dev on the game, yeah. This has always been a controversial thing with the testers when I changed the limits to we only drop 2 wool per year now per head. It can be a little more based on your meadow chance, but at worst it's 2 per year, or 2 per sheep per year. And I had it as 1 per year, and they were like, you cannot do that, it's just so low. And I was like, I think it's fine. And now I'm like, yeah, I think it's pretty easy. But I have like barely any sheep, and I'm able to take care of all my tier 2 families. Granted, I'm not huge, but 22 families. I always thought you should have more sheep than families, but they say no. So we went with them. They were like, man, you're gonna release these features, and people are gonna be so like they're not gonna enjoy the features at all. You're like, oh great, all these changes, and then it's like, oh, the balance sucks though. So it's like, okay, fine. Maybe they were right, because people aren't really complaining right now, and they're kind of saying it's a bit tough, so they're probably right. Yeah, I really need to work on making... What are you guys making? Tools and then spears. Are we still... Yeah, nice. They're getting supplied again. Good. And the joiner should be supplying people with shields, yeah. And do we have planks? Yes. Okay, everything is fine. Just don't have any families available. Get these guys making... Oh yeah, I have to turn it into yarn. Forgot about that. Need a weaver. I live in a village in India. My village is kind of this, but trees are different. Oh, but trees are different, and there is a big and wide river that goes through there. That's cool. Oh, and sorry, Renats, I didn't see you there. Hi from Ireland. Just came across your streams randomly. Didn't know you were a game developer. I'm watching your previous stream. Didn't know you're live. Thank you. Hello, and hello. I'm in England now, but I'm Irish as well. I agree with you, Darren. Should be far more sheep than people. That's how I felt, but I can understand. You know, the previous balance. It wasn't really. I don't mean this isn't throwing shade at Greg or anything, but like he'll make the feature and put it in the game, and then kind of just tweaks numbers a little bit, just to get it all working. And it wasn't really like super considered. It's like, oh, sheep produce wool every 10 days, and they just do it all year round. So I can understand coming from that to now it's like the other extreme where it's like now it's like you get it 1 per year. It's like, geez. And also they used to just breed infinitely every 10 days, and it's like, well. That doesn't happen now either. So it's way more tough, but it's kind of what people ask for, which is more realism and things. But I think it's good to meet people in the middle with how they're used to playing the game and what it will be going forward, because it could be quite the shock otherwise. Also, the other thing is I'm designing the perks, right? The next perks that will be coming, and I was telling the testers, I'm like, guys, they were like cider was 5-1, now cider is 4-1 apples, okay? And I was like, guys, the reason it's 5-1 is, first of all, you just put apples in a yard and don't have to do anything, and they just grow. I mean, yes, they're expensive, but it's like really easy eventually to just cut out having to do barley at all. And you should kind of have to think about one or the other, not really ignore, not really not think about it and go like, well, there's no reason I do barley because apples are so good. And I was saying like, well, the perks are going to also improve things. So if you want to specialize in cider, well, you know, maybe you can go, okay, instead of 5, now it's 4 or even 3 apples. And that's like your perk. Now you've just, through progression, cut out having to do that. And I was telling them, it's like, man, they were like, well, just change the number later. I'm like, a perk kind of sucks. If we say like, hey, there's some perks next month or in a few months or whatever, and you know, the perk just is the de facto what you have now, that would kind of suck. Like if we made a perk where it's like, now sheep drop 2 wool per head, but we've reduced the balance without the perk to 1 per head. It's like, well, that's kind of lame. So I kind of feel like, you know, make them struggle a bit and then we give them the perks and they'll be like, oh yeah, the perks are great. Anyway. Yeah, the sheep breeding did get out of control. It was capped, so you could only have 2 sheep every 10 days, but it would just keep going forever. So you'd end up with like 1,000 after like, you know, a few years, 10 years or something. I can't get over how we don't have any families. Oh, I think they just got auto-signed here, didn't they? September. I guess we gotta do this. Alright, so, let's get that back on. Oh, actually, oats we do not need to farm until March. So we can save time with that. Let's do wheat there. Let's do barley, wheat, barley. Then we'll set this one to be like oats because we know that's super strong. We'll just pause that though because it's not till next year. Oats, and then pause that. All right. Let them see how much they can get done this year. Barley. Is barley a spring crop? I feel like it is. Yeah, it is. So we don't need to plant barley now either. Do the all in spring. Oops. That noise, so we need to fix that badly. Alright. That should be it? Yeah, okay, cool. Is there mead and cider in the tavern? In the tavern right now, you can make mead and cider. I haven't yet. We made a little bit of mead. There's 6. Not currently being stocked though, actually. I think it's... Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, we're making it right. Oh, it's September. Sorry, of course. So in September, our honey is just... We've just made some. It's when it gets harvested in September. So as they're making it now, I guess the brewer, which is here, is cranking out mead freshly right now. Yeah, he's literally making it. Great. So it will get stocked in here momentarily. Great job on the new UI and game mechanics. Very impressive. Do you know if there are plans to port to console in the near future? Yeah, there are. So I think it will come to console. There's no date or anything like that. There's no even official announcement, but Greg, the developer, has mentioned it in the public Discord, you know, that there's console certification considerations that we have to make sometimes. So I think that's like a soft implication that we're going to do it. I don't know when. I would assume after 1.0, but maybe before. I don't know. But yeah, eventually. We just got game controls working on Steam Deck for it and everything as well in the last update, so that works. But the UI's been changed around quite a bit, so I think the guy that did all the navigation and controller support stuff has to do it again. I'm just turning on the air conditioning. It is so warm in here. Bear with me 1 sec. Yeah, and I love the UI. I think we mentioned it just needs a bit of a pass for sizing a little bit, but other than that, I think it's great. Hopefully that noise in the background's not too loud. I'm sorry if it is, but I need it. It's very warm right now. It's 30 degrees inside at the moment, so. What's the new update for Manor Lords since the beginning? Since the beginning? I don't know what you mean by that. You've only got 16 hours? There's too much to go through in terms of what's changed since 2 years ago, if that's what you're asking, but this update adds like cows, calves, cheese, mead, cider, a construction yard, a level 3 church, oats farming, and then just like a kind of seasonal balance pass on a bunch of things so you can assign workers seasonally, animals breed seasonally, things like that. Since the very beginning, all new UI, you know, improved tutorial, a quarry, pigs. There's, the economy's been completely like revamped, where you can decide how you kind of meet your own requirements and stuff, and vegetables are split into 3, fruits are split into 3, so you've got different choices and more ways to fulfill those requirements. All new perk system, although we've only got 1 perk in at the moment, or like 1 set of perks. Fish, ponds, 6 new maps. That's pretty much it that I can think of off the top of my head. And yet they say we've added nothing. I know what they mean. Will there be boats or pack stations? But with boats, I don't know. Yeah, it says on the bottom left of the screen, like, I really can't really talk about what's coming in the future, like, because people just ask me constantly, and I genuinely just don't know. We don't have a super set roadmap. We know broadly the plan to try to get to a 1.0 kind of version, and as far as I know, boats are not in that, but we have talked about boats. The problem with something like boats is not every map even has rivers, so it's like, okay, do we invest in making content like boats, water wheels, and these other things just for some maps to have it? You know, you have to then balance it, make it viable, but it's like, it's just going to do the same as other things. People are like, oh, I'd love a water wheel, right, to make flour or whatever. I was like, that's great. It would be immersive and cool to have. I totally agree. But if we're prioritizing things to do, it's like, well, we have a way to make flour, and basically people are asking for a cosmetic way to make flour, you know, a different way of making it. So in our priorities, it's more like, we kind of want to focus on cavalry and, you know, castle building and siege warfare and stuff. And it's like, do we want to spend time animating and building like stuff to do with only some maps can use, that because only some maps use means that it has to have alternatives anyway? I don't know. So yeah. Is there a perk for fishing? I don't think there is. No, the next set of perks will have a perk for fishing. It'll allow fishing during winter and a few other things. But I agree, it'd be cool to have trade via rivers and stuff. I totally agree, it'd be awesome. Some maps also have, like, it's a bit complicated. They have like lakes, but they don't have a way in and out of the map. So this map would be perfect for having like a waterway, right? But Twin Lakes, I think, just has like lakes and you can't get out. So I don't know how. It's like we wouldn't allow building a trade post in there then, because it doesn't really make any sense. So there's a lot that goes into it. Yeah, I don't know about DLC, but Greg talks about post 1.0 editions and stuff like that usually falls into that category where he's like, does it make the game more complete, or just does it make it, you know, more varied? And if it's more varied, it's like, maybe we could do that after 1.0. Otherwise, try to get it in before. Alright, 6 living space. Still waiting on people to move in. Could upgrade all these, but I actually don't want to have them all consume clothing. We've just hit 80% approval. Oh, that's... Sorry, there we go. 81. Which means we're getting 2 families per month now, which is a nice sweet spot to be in. So as long as we're... Oh yeah, that's good. I still might need to buy some feed. Yeah, we're pretty much out of oats. So 160 animal feed. We also want to do a quality of life thing here that tells you how many animals are expected to live or die this season. Because I have to do the math on it myself. So 30 sheep, 369, so that's 90 sheep can survive. Yeah, 96. Okay, so that's fine. 96, I mean, animal feed is needed for those sheep to survive. Now for the cows, it's double, so it's another 14. So 96 plus 14 is 110. So as long as I've got over 110, which I do, they should all survive the winter. So we're good for now. And then in March, we'll get farming the oats straight away. October now. We've probably got time to do one more field then, I guess. $56 for wheat. And when I get a few more families, then I'll pause things and kind of do more seasonal assignment. As I've seen players mention, they feel like seasonal assignment's great, but it's not really needed until late game, which I agree. It's like, once you get a big town. But then also it has this slight drawback. If you're a real min-maxer, you want to like actually say like, well, these houses work here. And you can do that by choosing their work assignment. And you know, that way you can say who lives closest goes where. The game does try to do that naturally, but, you know, you'd have to unassign and reassign everyone to like blanket get the closest again every now and then. Basic siege mechanics added similar like in Total War post 1.0. I think before 1.0 you'll get basic siege mechanics. That's like a main thing that we want to do. So in the last few months, you know, castle walls were added because we had wooden walls. Now there's stone walls, and then pathfinding was changed and adjusted so you can kind of use it and go up and down it. But we have to get AI to the level where they can attack it and use equipment. Otherwise, it's just a player-only defense, and that'd be weird. So, it's a pretty big thing, actually, to add. But yeah, I think that's pretty safe to say we're going to attempt that before 1.0. That's kind of a main point of the game. The main, like, goal of the game is to have other lords on the map, which we have. But building up to the level of the player, which we don't currently. They kind of stop around tier 2. Fielding armies of their own, which we kind of have. Conquering territories, which they kind of do. So they're getting there. It's iterative. You know, it always disheartens me to see people shit on the AI, because a year ago we didn't have any AI. Now we have an AI that builds a city pretty much better than the player, at least for the first year. And then it's like, it hasn't gone any further than that. But people are like, oh my god, it doesn't even know how to defend itself. It's like, yeah, it'll get there though. Give it time. It's learning. Our AI guy is awesome. And I couldn't believe how good it is at actually building the early game economy. And he had to do all this while we were changing, like how requirements work. And now we've introduced animal feed and stuff. And it's like, man, the AI doesn't cheat. It has to like learn these things and be rewritten to cope with these things. So we really don't want to rework any mechanics, because it slows everything down then for them as well, which has been interesting. Hello, Zira. Well, oh, you said hello, Bath. Oh, sorry. Hello. Hope you are well. Are there plans to rework the pack stations for more control over? Yeah, there are. We almost got that in for this patch. The idea was that a pack station can just set its own reserve. It's kind of more complicated than it might seem, but we're looking into it. No promises on when that's going to happen, but we're looking into it. We're leaning towards an idea that the trade post doesn't deal with local trade at all, and the pack station does. So just separating the two into their own buildings, and maybe just going with wealth instead of bartering, because it confuses a lot of people. But, you know, nothing confirmed, we don't know. That's what we're thinking about. Have we... Oh, yes. We're almost up to full strength again. Sweet. They're working down here. Yeah, they've gotten it done. We still have November to go as well, actually. We could do even more if we want. I don't have a tier 3 house. We do have a communal oven here, though, so we could use that. Has that stuff been threshed yet, I wonder? Oh, it has. We've already got wheat grain. And we should be making clothes now. There's a bit of a consumption backlog though, right? At first. Oh no, I never assigned the weaver. There we go. Nice, we gained 2 families per month now. Sweet. Thanks, Richard. Thank you. After the castle building features are in, says Batman, it would be cool to have NPCs like in Anno with beautiful pre-built cities and castles who can help you make demands or attack you like pirates. That'd be an interesting kind of thing. Yeah, I would be into that. I don't think Greg would be, but I don't want to speak for him. But maybe. That makes sense. The pack station to move stuff and menu was such... Yeah. Like a menu we have for the blacksmith and... Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. We're stuck between, like, we could do a little tweak where it just works with a reserve. Or we feel like we might end up changing it later, so maybe we should just, like, overhaul it now. We don't want it... We're trying to stay away from reworks, like we said, but that is... I think farming needs some quality of life, and pack stations have a few issues. Those are, like, almost the 2 last things I would say that we should maybe focus on, like, old, quote, old content before, like, going too crazy adding new stuff. And we keep adding new stuff all the time, of course, but you know what I mean. In conjunction to adding new stuff, I mean. Oh, we did plant barley. Whoops, didn't mean to. Oh well, it's no harm. Great, I think everyone's done their farming. Good job, guys. Alright, we got 10 families back, so I really want to get hammering on the iron production again, keep making shield spears and stuff. The way we make our money is by selling armor, so we need lots more iron. But I'm just low on families. I guess we could do 4 here, 2 here. Everyone else has got stuff. You get back on the wood. Should probably be making wood into charcoal, really. It's been... I don't even have 2 timber right now, damn. Ah, you're out of trees. I love the little trees around the church right now. They look really nice. Kind of want them to stay that size. I didn't even plant those. They were just the natural saplings that grow in the game, I guess. Takes me back to my altar boy days. Dark days. No. Missing ox guide. How many oxen do we have? Just 3. Wow. Oh, they're chilling at the moment, so there's no problem. Hey, Harry. Yeah, wayside inns and folk passing through. That's an interesting one. So for, you know, we teased the trade rework that we're probably not going to do, or at least we'll change how we do it if we do decide to pursue it, because people just weren't that excited about it. They wanted new features instead, so we're like, okay. But one of the ideas I had for the trade rework was that you could build an inn to attract more merchants more frequently. And it would be staffed by a family, and it would need to have... It would be like a tavern where it's supplied with food and ale. And as long as it's supplied, people come far and wide. But yeah, not to say that'll never happen. Just it's been pushed a bit further back now for a while. These guys are doing great. Where are you? Oh, he's on his way. Got a conga line of drop-offs. I need to move that spot, I think. There we go. That's strange. We do have a model for iron ore. I guess it's not in the cart. The model appears over here. Or it did. I mean, we... Oh, it's iron slab. Alright. The slab kind of looks like ore, to be honest. That's a problem. There's too many. We're mining too fast to even be able to drop it off, it seems. Almost. It's good though. High production. What about you guys? Are you keeping up with it, or are we making way too much? We have 204 iron ore. Chill on that. Well, that's good. We'll just keep that. That just runs now by itself. That's fine. Okay, so with 7 families, winter fast approaching. We have enough animal feed. We're making the yarn, which means we're making clothes. Clothes are just going to get consumed as we make them for now. We should have wood, yeah, wood starting up again. Once we get some wood, then we can build a charcoal. Fish is fine. Farming's going to do its thing. Okay. It's a deliberate thing now that when you go third person, you can't enter the church grounds or the castle courtyard. No, I don't think that's deliberate. But I can enter the church grounds, no problem. Can't go inside the church. Can I go up here? No. But yeah, I will say not much thought is really given to this, because this is just like a little almost Easter egg feature, you know, it just says not much has been done with that. I'm not the dev of this game, I am a dev on the game. I've been working on it for 2 years as a designer. Greg is the lead dev who basically built the game by himself up until early access release, and then he hired a team of people. I was one of the first people he hired, actually. And then over the course of like the first year, he would hire up to about 10 or something. And then 3 or 4 people actually left. They had to go to a different project. They were kind of part of a company that, like a contract company. And now we've got more dedicated people who are more full-time on it, and they're awesome. So yeah, I think it's like 10 or something like that, around that number, like 3 or 4 programmers, a couple of artists. We have a QA team company that works with us and stuff. Hooded Horse provide localization stuff. Lots of people. But it took a long time to get everyone like up to speed and get the project like working with a team. Wasn't really built that way. But yeah, everything's going smooth now. Have you thought about implementing a system where the king requests the player's troops for a certain period of time? Yes. Yeah, we have something. Is it not here? King's Favor. Obviously you don't do anything with that now, it's just been there for 2 years, but the intention is that you will get missions from the king and you can do them. And one of them would be like lend a squad, or lend a few squads. Or like, you know, clear the raiders off the map, or whatever it might be. So yeah. We've talked about having king's like a feast as well. Like we've got all these new foods, so a feast could be like, okay, the feast is going to take place in autumn. You have to have like, you know, the more food variety you have, the higher favor you get. Maybe there's like a little retinue that visits the town and then leaves. I mean, we've got loads of ideas like that. Who knows what will happen? Nothing is set in stone. Like we're very malleable and we react to what the feedback is. And we're also trying to just like make sure that what we do is important and has an impact on the game. It's not just flavor for flavor's sake. So, you know, I'm just saying things. Like I said, I actually just don't know if we'll do it or not, but we do talk about it, yeah. The Manor Lords Discord is like just full of like a million ideas, and a lot of them were like, yeah, this would be great. You know, it's just a matter of priorities. I know that next update is going to be perks and how we do like the tier 2 perks. A lot of tier 2 perks are going to, like the perk design is pretty much all me, and then implementation is with me and the programmers and Greg. And Greg will do optimization and stuff like that as well, and bigger features. So I think the next update, as far as I know, It's focused on perks after this one comes out, I mean. And we want to be able to say like, yeah, you get your next perk here, and so on and so forth. But it's like, okay, well, what features can we pair with the perk? The perks are rural traditions, and that's like focused on farming and artisan skills. So I think farming, in my opinion, needs just a little bit of care. A few additions, like, you know, a way to say like what is a spring and a winter crop. It's not very clear. You wouldn't know. How would you even know this? Only I really know. I was thinking of adding it to these tooltips at the very least, just to tell you, it's like, this is a spring crop. You can plant it in spring and it'll get a full harvest. People want early harvest. We're kind of debating that. There's a few reasons for it. I won't go into it. And then just other different things, other quality of life things for these. So I would like to, you know, when this update's out, I'll sit down with Greg and be like, can we do the perks? So that's the plan. And can we also just get, you know, X, Y, and Z feature for farms? Maybe we'll add the pack station stuff, and that's it. That's a perfect little encapsulated update. Let's hand that out to people. The farming update. But we'll see. I don't know. You know, I don't know. We don't have a super strict roadmap. We just have like a loose North Star, and we kind of decide in the moment, okay, what should we focus on next? So. I've got like a cool idea for artisans, I think, as well, where, you know, people often ask, like, it'd be great to have like a family that level up. When I first came on the team, I'm like, dude, families are like such a unique thing to this game. Let's, like, Burkhart here should be building up his skills as a farmer, building up, you know, all this kind of stuff. Or if he works a job like a logger, like, let's get his logging skill up. And Greg, like, correctly pointed out, it's like, okay, that's, you know, natural to think that way, but that requires so much. You'd have to have like a system where we have everyone viewable, all their skills, like these deep family screens with all this stuff on it. And then we need an assignment system that prioritizes based on job type. Like, this is a huge thing. We are a small team. That is like a huge thing to try and implement and not have it have problems and stuff. So we were thinking of meeting halfway in the middle, which is, okay, well, artisans cannot be reassigned, right? So we have our tailor here making their lovely clothes. What if they gain skills? And I think that's a route we probably will pursue. A sort of system where they gain expertise and they unlock new recipes. And you can kind of cut down on the material cost or the time to produce items, things like that. We want to also have a pass on slowing down production for a lot of things, because it's just, it's actually set by the animation at the moment, and we can't really tweak it, but we will be able to tweak it in the future, and then you'll be able to get things that like increase your efficiency and stuff like that. And then hopefully you kind of get more attached to your artisans and know them a bit better. So yeah, Cav will come. Now that we have animals eating food and stuff and seasonal breeding, it's like adding horses no problem, but it's just making it all work like with cavalry. In combat was a bit more challenging, but horse breeding is right around the corner, I would say. But you want to bundle them together at some point, so. Still waiting on my logs, man. Have any? Oh yeah, okay, cool. Let's go. I'll speed up now a bit. Yeah, firewood's down here. Okay, cool. How about people unlock new voice lines based on how much time they've been in specific labor? Yeah, I love all that kind of stuff. Those little extra details. All that kind of thing I think is like around 1.0 or even post 1.0. I'm hoping, like, you know, I'm sure by 1.0 we'll have new music and voices and stuff. Mac compatibility planned? Not that I'm aware of. I mean, maybe at 1.0 or something, but not that I'm aware of right now. In my game, but won't allow me. We'll have to check that out. I can drop in there, so maybe it is to do with the tech. Or the arch, thanks. Yeah, strange. Maybe it's like where you placed it. Is it near cliffs or something? It could be something else. But yeah, that's interesting. I'm able to walk into it. That's why bugs are annoying. It's like, oh, it works for me. A map editor or design tool? No, I don't think so. Yeah, something people may remember from the earlier version of the game, we had policies, so that's another thing we plan on bringing back, like, so people were like, oh, you can't make deer anymore, or have deer anymore in the game, but that was a historical thing. We want to introduce like a policy that allows deer hunting, but at the expense of something else, so the policies will definitely come back. I can't wait for that, it's gonna be great. And then we have a few other ideas about how a lord can even level up and stuff, so we'll see. Kind of the problem with this game is like so much, everyone always says it, it's like, oh, so much potential. It's like, oh, that's a scary thing, because I don't know if we can live up to everyone's idea of what that potential is. But we have so many ideas for it too. And we see so many great ones that we want to execute on as well. And sometimes it's like, man, this would be great, but it would just be such a distraction from actually like making meaningful progress. And then other times it's like, oh yeah, we could definitely do that. Alright, winter time. We've only got one available house now. Eight. That's fine. How's our little animals doing? Hope they survive winter okay. Oh, they've already eaten for December. Good. I wonder, yeah, how much milk did we make this year? It's our first kind of harvest of milk throughout the summer. It's okay. So we made 43 in total. That's pretty good, considering the amount of cows we have. That's like kind of brokenly good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Pretty good. I wonder, should cheese be made at like 2 milk, 1 salt for 2 cheese? At the moment it's 1 milk, 1 salt, 2 cheese. The reason milk is good is because they make... It's 9 per year per cow. But they also have a chance of getting extra based on the meadow. This thing here. There's a 28% chance that for each one of those months, they'll get an extra milk. So it's like a 1 in 3 chance. So 3, you're basically getting 3 extra per year at my current rate. If you had you can have like 50% meadow or more, and it's just off the charts. Wonder if we made any plate armor in a while. No. Oh, he's paused. Yeah, you get back to work. We should have tons of iron slab now. Yeah, 40. Great. That's at least 6 iron plate for these guys. And we just have 2 spear units right now. We must have made some bread this year as well, did we? Yes, we did. 35. So the only thing we're lacking is garments, which is ironic because these are the guys that make them. We've got 13 wool, 32 yarn. Have they made any? Yeah, they made 19. Cool. There'll be a bit of a backlog for a while, but they should be just slowly filling those out for people now. And they have their ale. We've got a little bit of cider from the September harvest, and we've got mead. Might be time to upgrade that tavern. That's what we got. Lots of mead households. Few cider ones. Don't know why they all turned green there. That's a bug. I'll write that one down. All right. This would be totally unnecessary, but after having horses, it'd be sick if we could send messengers on horses to other AI cities for diplomatic actions. Yeah, so I really want to make a game one day where it's like a grand strategy game, but everything moves in real time. No turns. Everything's real time. And it's not like Paradox games where you're in one region, then in another. It's real time, where it's like you move through the world. And there are a few games like that. But one aspect of that would be sending a diplomat somewhere and then having them come back. So the design that I have a load of it designed out, actually, because I'm crazy and I just do it for fun, I suppose. But the idea was that you send a delegation somewhere and you load them up with 3 offers. So let's say you want to make peace. Or I don't know, whatever the offer could be. Let's say you want to make peace. It's a very simple thing. So you're at war, you're Rome, you're at war with Egypt. I want to make peace with Egypt. I'm going to send a delegation with a peace. So the main thing is peace offer. And let's say you want to accept, you're demanding money or something from them. So it's like, okay, the best offer is 50,000. Medium offer is 40,000 and low offer is 30,000. So it's like the delegation will try to make it for the best offer, but they will accept the lowest if they can't get a better deal. But if it's lower than that, then it's like no good. And obviously, like, maybe your diplomat could have traits or something where they do on average get better deals, that kind of thing. But I love the idea that once they reach the point of the other country or whatever, you will just get told what happens. I think it'd be a bit crazy if you had to wait till they came back. But I love the idea that, like, having that delayed response. And then also, if it fails, they do have to come back and you have to load them up with a new offer and send them again. So you'd be encouraged somewhat, because of the delay, that you can't just do what Total War does, which is like, I'm just going to open this menu and spam like until I get the deal I want, or hit the right number. It's like, no. You got to really think, if you don't have the time to prolong this war for whatever reason, public order is bad, money's hemorrhaging, whatever the case might be, you would want to load up like, okay, I really hope this isn't like this is the lowest I can go. You know, I think that could be cool. Maybe it's idealistic, but I would love that. But yeah, that'd be kind of cool in this game to have to, like, if your letters that are being written and sent were actually like physically brought across the map, there'd be no problem doing that. It's just, does that make sense, or would it be fun? Yeah, I think it could be. I would totally play that. I know I want to play that. I want to make it one day. Does the road tour allow you to do different size? Does the road tool allow you to do different size roads? Not at the moment, no. But that would be cool. I think if we do add cobble-locked roads, which some people want, we probably give them the wide, small option, like a bit of a road tool overhaul or something, you know? Maybe. Nice, they're working. And are they trading? They should be. Should start making money. There we go. Yes. We should probably go out and kill those bandits. It's winter. We don't have much to do. We've got 2 squads. They keep stealing from me. And now we can go tackle 2 at a time. So 1, 2, and 1, 2. So, okay, you guys go this way. You guys go that way. The ox just... Oh, they must have been the handlers for these oxen. We just, like, told them to go get their equipment and leave them. We also need more pasture space. These guys are going to breed in the spring, and we don't have enough room for them. It's probably the next thing we need to build, actually. They won't breed if there's not enough space. We added collision to these fences, and I was telling Greg, I was like, I don't think we need to do that. It's fine. And he was like, he just pointed me back to a message I wrote like a week before. He was like, you said that we need to do that, and that's why we did it. And I was like, oh, whoops, sorry. Yeah, I'm hoping to do Anna videos this week. I did say this weekend I would just stream some Manor Lords because we just had our update, but then I think I'm good to go back to doing some Anna videos this week, so I hope so anyway. Only if something catastrophic happens with this game, I wouldn't be able to. Yeah, I'm sorry about the extra background noise. It's an air conditioning unit. It's really... So many commercials on this stream? Dude, I don't even know how that's controlled. I swear. YouTube live control panel. I don't see that anywhere, you know? I barely log into YouTube anymore. It must just be whatever the default is, which actually could be really high, I guess. When you upload a video, the default amount of ads that they want on a video is insane. It's like, I do like 40-minute videos, and they're like, here's like 60 ads. I'm like, what are we doing? Let's go, guys. I decided to bring these guys up from behind, why not? You're gonna be a bit tired by the time they get here, though. Go, go, go. I feel like we need to work on that behavior. I have to write that down. Sorry, I have on my other screen just like a notepad full of like little, you know, bugs or things I think we maybe could tweak a bit. Alright. Does it mean the characters won't path into the fence? They'll have to walk through the openings? Yes, yeah. These little openings. I think we have a model for like a little fence, like a gate. But yeah, it means that they walk through those now. They used to just walk through the fence. Alright, great. You guys go get that one. You guys continue just walking and you'll go to the other one. Alright, so walk. The next one is up in the very north. And then there's one here, and then there's one there. Very low on logs. I guess, yeah, just get logging like crazy. I'll set up some more logging. Probably want to consider... I guess we could move this now as well. Yeah. Right, you can hear the mic background noise as well. Oh yeah, so you'll probably hear it right now. Maybe here. Sorry, and I think I was peaking the mic as well. So I'll turn it off while I'm talking. So 3, 2, 1, it's off now. So I don't know if that's like way better. I'm sorry if it's really bad. When I'm recording videos, I have like a noise like cancellation thing that kind of gets rid of it and you don't notice it. But on stream, I don't know how to do that. I'd have to use like NVIDIA Broadcast or something to use like that AI thing that gets rid of it while you're speaking, but that causes a delay. to the camera, so I don't know. So I'm sorry, but it's 32 degrees where I am. It's hot. I kind of need it on. Is all the white stuff on the ground around your church cheese? White cheese? I like to think the church is just made of cheese. Sounds like this. I think I can almost hear like a fire or something. Is collision difficult to code, or is it relatively simple? It's incredibly difficult. It's not just collision, it's like the pathfinding that's difficult. It's easy to like lock down collision, I guess, but it's the how things pathfind around it or choose optimal paths is really difficult when there's like multiple. The main problem is like going through bottlenecks, like 2 or 3 people trying to get through here at the same time, or like an ox is trying to go through, or like a cart, like things of varying sizes. It becomes a real problem. Like, how do you get 2 things through here at the same time, especially if one is like someone carrying like materials, and having them like step aside and wait. Like all these, you can make all these like little bespoke rules, and a lot of buildings do have that, but it becomes a lot to test and have issues with. How much is that in freedom units? Yeah, I have no idea. Fahrenheit makes no sense, so I don't know. 32C. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to code collision. I'm not a good programmer. I'm like a lightweight gameplay programmer, so I can do like coding on top. Like I coded the seasonal breeding and stuff like that for animals, but tech coding, like engine level coding almost, it's just too advanced for me at the moment. Maybe one day, but yeah, it's really difficult stuff. Very math heavy. Warsaw Shore commercial. Seriously, Darren? I know people call like either dollars freedom units or Fahrenheit freedom units, like anything that's an American thing. I assume that's just what you were saying, no? And I was like, I have no idea. But yeah, I don't know. Yes, sire. Faster. Yes, sire. Where are we? Oh, we're in the woods. Just done a quick test. Level 1 church can enter some arches, but not all. Can't access half the grounds based, it seems, on a diagonal line. Level 2 can move around. Level 3 can walk through. I'll just copy and paste your text onto my little notepad file then. Thank you. .32C is about 90F. Yeah. It's 30C inside the room, 32 outside. I have the thing on now again, so it should cut out when we hit like 26. I should just be able to. What the hell? Okay, should be able to just leave them. They should be fine. These ones, on the other hand, might need to just take a break here for a bit. They're tired. I only know everyone in McKinney is dead because there was over 10,000 Fahrenheits in there. Again, just don't know what you're referencing. McKinney? Sorry. I don't know anything unless it's in a video game. And even then, as you know, I don't know that much. But I can tell you the complete story of Metal Gear Solid if you want. Or Final Fantasy VII. I can tell you about the Les Enfants Terribles project. that began in 1972. And the Shadow Moses incident. Unless it's something about Julius Caesar. Yeah, exactly. That's another one, yeah. 22 in here? Yeah. Forward. What part of Poland are you in? Advance. Roughly. I've only been to Warsaw, and I thought it was awesome. I've been there twice. I think Greg is based in Gdansk. I don't know how to say it, but interesting to go there. I've heard it's extremely cold in winter. Yes, sire. That's a famous clip from the Weathercast. I'd like the escapades of Basil II as well. Nah. I was listening to the Rest is History podcast about about various emperors, and I was like, this is pretty interesting actually, but there's something about it that I just forget everything. Like, for some reason, I'm not compelled to remember anything about emperors. Whereas when it's the stuff to do with the Republic, like, I remember loads, like, I'm very interested in, like, Sulla and Marius, and even before their time, and then anything around Caesar's time is super interesting, the Civil Wars. But once it gets to Augustus, I'm like, yeah, Augustus is interesting, but then it's like, I just don't care anymore afterwards. I don't know why, I just can't help it. So for me, I guess I'm not actually into the Roman Empire. I'm interested in the Roman Republic. And the fall. Ooh, we got our mead back. Enemy unit spotted, what's that? Oh yeah. Okay. But what I was listening to was, I think it was Justinian and Theodora. Oh, that's pretty, it's kind of interesting. Did we get regional wealth over here? No, good, yeah. We have 17 unassigned families over here now. What a change. We need to get our guys back though. Work is still really slow because they're too busy fighting. I've also got 3,800 influence. I should just conquer some of these regions so these guys stop spawning. Well, that wasn't good. Rosie's home. Oh yeah. You bought baby stuff? No, no cats in here. No. The stream does not want to see baby clothes. Bye. That's awesome. Because Augustus is... Oh, sorry. I'll go back. I also... N Broadsword said, I also like Alexiad-related stuff. I never heard that name before, actually. Like history from the viewpoint of someone in the court. Alexius' daughter. Because Augustus actually did something and people lived good when he was at the helm, so he was boring. Yeah, it is boring though. Caesar was that exciting bad boyfriend. I agree. I agree. That is a funny description. Still have 169 iron ore. It's crazy. What are they waiting on? One more log. Have you noticed that when you defeat bandits from a camp and click on the camp to loot it, sometimes the troops don't... Yeah, that's a known one. And it's, yeah, it's frustrating. Sometimes even one person just runs up to it. Like this, right now. Maybe that's two hands. That's what he was wearing before. I really hope it is. That'd be so funny. Let me just check. Anyway, I can check is if I get the where he works. Yeah. Oh no, it is the same looking dude though. You know, almost. The guy's wearing slightly darker blue. It could have been him. And then, yeah, he's like, hasn't got it. There we go. Alright, home we go. Alexia was Iliad, but Alexios was main hero. Have you noticed? Oh, sorry, I read that already. It's a book. Yeah, he's the greedy one. I got this, guys. He just runs deep into the woods. Don't worry. And he just pockets everything himself. Alright, back to work. The log is here. The building is complete. Should be able to like just deforest that region now as well. Are they waiting on slabs? No, I don't understand what your problem is then. What are you waiting for? You should just be working. Oh, they are crafting, transporting, crafting. One of them's a soldier still. That makes sense. You know, it would be interesting to maybe say like, I don't want these people to partake in the militia, like forbid militia. On certain things. But it's a bit complicated because I believe they get equipment based on their tier of residence. So these guys can have metal helmets and I think everyone can have helmets, but these guys can have gambesons and like plate mail, I think, or something. No, just gambesons, yeah. The next tier up can have mail. And the final tier can have armor. Like, why can't I remember the name of these things? So this one's mail and this one's plate, yes. Tier 4 can have plate. AC Odyssey? Still haven't really played that. I played it, what's his name? Ava gifted that game to me. But again, just prefer it AC Origins. To be fair, Bayek of Siwa is pretty cool character. Alright, winter's almost over. Looks like we survived. Need more fuel though. And these guys can convert that fuel, please. And you guys can get chopping. And we'll order some more livestock because we've got tons. That's a raider attack. We need to build a manor. Good thing I brought everyone back home, jeez. Pretty close as well. So that's a cliff. They can't come up that way. They could go around the right or the left. What I'm just gonna do at the same time is oh, we didn't take that one. I'm just gonna start claiming these things. Can I claim it two at the same time? Apparently so. Alright guys, get ready again. They're on the left. Okay, that's fine. I think. Yes, sire. Might want to run out to that. I think they're just going to pile around to get in here, actually. Maybe we should just do this. Bit of a messy one. Learned Malacca from it? Malacca. Malaga in Spain? Malacca? I don't know. They've only lost one man. They've kind of taken the high ground. Such a mess. How would you... No one would even know who's who. How did we go from 60,000 legionaries to this? How did that happen? I have no idea what that is that you wrote. Oh. On my screen that looks really weird, but then when I hover over it, it changes to XDD. But it's like a foreign symbol unless I hover over it. Hello again. I left the chat yesterday. Did you already show us your game? Yeah, I showed it at the end. Showed it at the end and no one said anything. Which I don't expect much reaction, to be honest, but it's like everybody left or something. So I was like, oh well. Just wrap it up, I guess. Alright. Easy peasy. We've got so much influence now, we can just claim everything. Is it summer yet? No. Or spring. Back to work. That's cool that you can do that. I didn't know we could claim so many at the same time. We already got the victory screen in this game, by the way. Because we claimed one. I've logged that as a bug as well. So it's just this one region to go. How are we doing for fuel now? Yes, we're making charcoal. Nice. I missed it. No worries. Yeah, the VOD is still up if anyone is interested. At the very end, the last 5 minutes of the previous stream, I just show a little game I'm working on. It's like I said, very basic. Lower your expectations massively. It's like borderline mobile game kind of thing. For now. If you're a game developer of any kind, I think you'd appreciate it more. But if you're not, then it's like, yeah, it's super, super basic. Alright, so, March. It's time to work at the fields. And we said we were going to unpause the barley and oats. And then just assign everyone here, I guess. Didn't plow yet, actually. Good tactic would be to plow it in October and then plant it. Cut down on that time. So we can take a break from the mines and all that stuff. Maybe even from the construction yard, just so that we can get that done. Alright. Are we getting our mushrooms? Yeah. That's been so nice, just never having to set that. And we're getting fish as well now. Right now working on a RuneScape clone. Nice. That's a tough one to clone though, isn't it really? Oh yeah, we'll see how many animals we get. 32 and 15. Oh, we're still importing cows, actually. With the money that we have. Don't know how much I've told them to bring in. 20, maybe? 15. So you can stop working here then. You're done. You can also sell animals. Great way to make a little bit of money. If you don't want to... If you can't, you feel like you can't support them with feed. Because you could try butcher them, but just selling them is, yeah, get the money. You don't have time. Really loved one of your first Anno 1800 series. So chill just to hang out too. Wish I had more time, but I'm sure You have lots of viewers and followers anyways. I don't really do as much YouTube these days, honestly, so I have a very, very small audience now compared to then. I had a bigger audience then, probably. But thank you. There's some deaths in the family for the tailor. So the goal now for me is to just pull in tons of construction material and start getting these guys to the next level. I think we have everything they need to do it. I will need to build malt and stuff for this September. We should be able to get all the ale we need. We've been already supplying like a pretty good amount of mead. So we could continue that just with more honey. Although I'm building these late. They gather throughout spring and summer, so we're missing some of the window. But it'll still help a little bit. Alright, only one region to go. And we have enough to claim it. I think I can even claim it when there is bandits there. Yep. So they won't be stealing stuff from us anymore. Sorry about the noise as well, by the way. It's cutting out more frequently now, so hopefully it'll stay quiet. So many. I'll tell you what, let's just split up a little bit. Not that it matters, but just do these ones. Nice. That's just the saw pit. Just move that out there, I guess. Obviously have a clay furnace. I suppose we could work that as well and just get some more tiles because they're gonna need them as they want to upgrade in the future. How many houses do we have? 46. So one well is still covering everybody, but we could maybe just build another one so they don't have to go to the same place. Yeah, I've got one down here as well. Good. Time to make a new unit. Maybe we can make sidearms. So they need small shields and sidearms. There we go. Man, drought this year would suck. That happens. So this says 94%. This hasn't been worked at all yet, no? There we go. I reckon until the end of April you can still kind of get your spring stuff done. Then it might not reach full growth. But yeah, there we go. Conquered the whole map, I guess. Obviously it's just bandits in our game, so easy enough. probably expand a little bit. We've got some more wood now. Still losing stuff to bandits. Goddamn. I thought I missed many streams, but it looks like the last stream was a few months ago. Yeah, no, I haven't streamed or even uploaded a video in like 2 months or something. And the stream, like the last video was over a month ago. The last stream was like 3 or 4. Yeah, I haven't been on YouTube very much. Some positive feedback for the gang. The Snap 2 tool seems to be working better these days. Not sure if anything was done to improve it. I think our AI programmer worked to improve it a bit. But yeah, I'll try to remember and pass it on. He's actually on vacation right now. Just for another week or so. He's Swedish, so they tend to take one big vacation during summer. But he pops into Discord every now and then. It's gonna be such a great harvest. Can't wait. Got 8 plate armor right now. But why aren't you selling it? They're plowing their own thing. I wonder, did I ever set this to... This should really hold the military gear. This one doesn't need to. Oh yeah, and how's our market? Oh yeah, it's very busy. Upgrade that tavern as well, supply more houses. These guys should go do that, I think, right? What's the upgrade cost on that one? 2 logs. That's annoying that their ox is all the way over here. I guess I should have moved those stables, actually. Nice, we can put some houses in here maybe now. Is everyone done? I think so. Sorry for the loud noise. Alright, back in September we'll put them both on these things and get cracking on all that. Have we had many births this year? Yeah, we had 30 sheep originally, now we've got 32, so 2 have grown. 6 lambs so far, 15 cows, 1 calf. Don't think the calf icon is present yet, you know. It was added like the day the build was made, actually. There we go, little baby. We'll use those guys for cheese. Oh yeah, we need our money to import salt so we can make cheese, actually. And I guess we can start to upgrade some houses. Because we can afford the clothing for them now, I think. And they should be able to... We should have enough drink for them as well. What year is it? Year 5. Oh my god. Love this tree. Hope it grows to be big. I'm loving the game and updates. I'm playing on a new map. My church won't upgrade to level 3. It gets materials and stops building. You need a construction yard. These are the guys that build it. If you don't have a construction yard with a person assigned, they won't build it. I've noticed a few people seem to be missing that. It is kind of hidden, I suppose. It should probably say it right there, actually. But when you're clicking to upgrade, like if you hovered over the button, it says like, this is an advanced structure. You need construction yard workers to build it. There should be a banner that pops up saying no construction yard workers. If that's not there for you, that's a bug then. Because someone else mentioned it, so I assume that banner isn't working, but it was in the game. Must not be appearing properly. It's only the stone manor and the level 3 church that requires a construction yard, as far as I know. I'm just writing it down. But yeah, that's probably the thing. New tier 3 church looks great. By the way, also, what's the actual birth rate on cows? It's roughly around 30 to 35% for cows and sheep to reproduce. It's kind of more complicated than that. They basically... So cows mate, if you want to think of that. They get pregnant in summer, and sheep get pregnant in autumn. So you need cows in summer if you want to have calves in spring. If you just imported cows in autumn, those will never give birth until the following year, if you know what I mean, like the year after that one. So you bring in cows, and during summer they basically pair up in a way in the code, and they mate. And there's around, they actually have a very low chance, but this chance occurs many times, like every week, pretty much, through summer. So if you stack all those chances together, it's around 30 to 35%, something like that. Where can I find the construction yard? Construction, logistics, construction yard. Workers collect and store construction material, build with improved speed, and can construct advanced structures. Assigned livestock deliver timber in bulk to construction sites. Pasture animals. They must be provided with animal feed each winter month or else they'll starve. Animal feed requirements. Sheep, lambs, and calves. Missing icon needs one per month. Cows need 2. Sheep are sheared once during summer, producing 2 wool each. Cows are milked once per month during spring, summer, and autumn, producing 1 milk each. Environmental infinities may contribute to yields. Pasture animals give birth in spring, provided they became pregnant in prior months, and there is available pasture space in the region. Dang it, I feel stupid. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's easy to miss. It should have popped up a banner. If it popped up a banner and you missed it, then you're stupid. No, I'm not sure. Right now, this banner is bugged, so I can understand people not even paying attention to these, to be honest. It's always the problem. If you get 1 or 2 of these being bugged, showing incorrect information, you sort of train players not to look at them.
Come along, lad.
I noticed 1 calf compared to 4 lambs with the same numbers, but good to know the actual percentages. It is chance-based, so there's... You know, like I said, it's around 30%. About 35, really. So, if you've got 30 animals, you should probably get around 10 births. But it could be less. You could get 5, but you could also get more. It's kind of chance-based. That's actually the reason it runs so many chances, is to even out the chance being like a massive swing one way or the other. So the real chance in the code is like 5%, but it does it like 10 times or something. And if you stack them, I can't remember exactly, but we did the math. It's like 36.4% chance or something like that. The reason we don't tell that number in the guide or anything is because you're going to be able to adjust, like improve it with perks and stuff. Like animals will breed faster or whatever. And we don't read... You can't really read the number dynamically into a tooltip at the moment, so because of that it wouldn't change, and we wouldn't want to give like old info if you've already modified it, but yeah. No worries, when demand. Yes, you need a joiner to make wooden parts. So we had ours here, I think, somewhere. Can't remember. Out here. So we have them making wooden parts. Wooden parts is needed to keep your yard going, by the way. So they have maintenance. And if they don't get their maintenance, they don't build faster, but they can still build. So it's not the end of the world. But you do need it in the first place just to build them at all. Not enough construction material. Oh, our saw pit's probably consuming them, is it? Maybe? I don't know. No, I don't think so. Somehow we have less planks than we should. I guess... There we go. No problem. Sorry your thing got deleted. I think it's because it was all caps, but I see you. Sorry. Don't worry about it. You should be able to still write messages. Nightbot, it says, come on, bruh. Stop spamming. That's funny. I didn't write any of that stuff. That's so funny. Hey! It's up and running. Nothing stored inside. Yeah, no ale, mead, or cider. It's very seasonal for us. But once the harvest comes in... Oh boy. In fact, let's get building and preparing for that. We should have malt for the first time. Or, yeah. Barley and stuff for the first time. So we need 6 planks. I'm randomly low on planks. But once we get that, the brewer will just handle it. So we'll just build it somewhere over here. Oh. Looking good. Looking good. Probably want to build a forester over here now as well. Get them going in the new year. I'm gonna build 2. We need more homes? No, I think we're okay now. We're not working this anymore though. So let's get that going. Let's get this going. So we still have 100 ore. So we're fine for the ore. Slabs we could do better. So yeah, let's get on slabs. Wool is good. Yeah, so it's summer, so it's shearing season. And it's milk time. Of course. I love the fact that in the early Middle Ages you couldn't keep beer for more than a few days. It seems so weird compared to modern beer. Yeah, we have ale spoilage in the game. I think mead, from what I looked up anyway, doesn't spoil nearly as much. And cider was kind of in between the two, but some people were debating me on that. Saying like, no, it should be different. I don't know, but I think it's okay the way it is. But yeah, it's kind of funny because it's working that way for us. Some of it's spoiling, but a lot of it's just being consumed, so we're doing it very seasonally right now. What are you waiting for? Oh, the planks. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I've somehow like really eaten into planks. Alright, let's get out there then. All our loggers. And have we made the stuff for the other unit? So this one doesn't have anything yet. They should be making sidearms now. Oh, we've only got 1 iron slab. Okay, well, they've been told to make more, so I'm sure it'll be fine now. I guess I'll pause the armorer, because he's probably taking a lot. And we're making fuel, right? Yeah, we've got loads of charcoal now. So you can stop wood cutting. You've done great. You can just turn it into charcoal. Get another person on that. Get another one on this. Increase the market capacity. Yeah. We're gaming. It's working. You sound a lot like Alex O'Connor. I don't know who that is. I love the fact that in the early and middle ages... Oh, sorry, I read that already. Yep. There we go. Starting to supply the guys now. Now we're good. There we go. Love it. I gotta say, since that technical update... You know, I'm a player of the game as well. And I don't get to control the focus of all development all the time. But I gotta say, it's pretty, like... It's pretty reactive now. Like, you know, I only just assigned those guys, a little bit of fast forwarding, and then boom, the numbers are coming up. I feel like before the pathfinding and technical update, that just wasn't as much of a guarantee. So it's nice that it's quite responsive. I know this beta has a couple of bugs, but like generally it's like, that's not bad. Let's get these guys on the seasonal. So they can't plant in winter. So just work these months then. Yeah. Alright, we're up to 54 families now. So in order to progress, we would need 10 level 3 families or 5 level 3 houses. So they're just missing a beverage. We've got everything else. So once we get our deliveries once we get our harvest, sorry, then we should be good. How many animals do you have? 32 sheep, so that's, you know, 32 wool. 32 families taken care of. So as long as we don't go over 32 level 2 families, we're good for delivering clothing. And we've currently got 27. Some of them are being made though right now. Now we've got the planks, they should be able to get delivering that. Do we have these guys assigned? Yeah, so they should be delivering those planks as well soon. They make planks and they fill up. I don't think they should be getting stored in here directly, no? Oh, they're sick. Let's get more people up there working the yard. Just want to make sure this is working. Like, they should go and just get the planks from here, but they might be bringing them to the storehouse instead, but they shouldn't do that. Yeah, that's good then. Nice. It's the right people are using them. Okay, good. Because I think I've told them they're not storing here. Yeah. Nice. It just works. Oh yeah, I read that. I keep reading the same thing. Shearing season is still going. How's our animal feed situation right now? Very low. But with the harvest it should be okay. Coming up in 2 months. Pasture space, how are we doing? 55 out of 76. So spring is over, so we can see we got 7 lambs and 1 calf. So from 15 cows, I think we could have had up to... Although the cows came in late. Yeah, they weren't there during summer, so that makes sense. The lambs, unfortunately, was a bit low. We had 30 sheep at the time. We only got 7 lambs. Yeah, well... It's on the low end, but not... it could have been even lower, but it could have been a lot higher. See what we get next year, I guess. So we can build that malt house, I suppose. Oh, and the communal oven. Yeah, we're good to wait on that. Okay.
This is heavier than it looks.
Trying to think if I'm forgetting anything. We've got a lot of money now, which is good. And our next unit's been made slowly. They have 19 sidearms, but only 7 small shields. Oh yeah, we were low on planks for a long time. That makes sense. So small shields is just 1 plank to 1 shield. Cool. Yeah, it's crazy. It's just working. Everything's working. Kind of like to plant like a big orchard. Or a few big ones. And there's just a pile of supplies out here. They've got a lot of construction jobs to do first before they deliver that stuff. Orchard won't be really yielding for a long time, but I don't know. It's got to invest some time in it. That's not what I wanted to do. Sorry. Sure.
Oh, this is heavier than it looks.
To go deal with bandits again. But I think we're going to get attacked one more time. It's only just 2 bandit camps left. Yeah. The veggie nerf seems to have been totally fine as well. Even with just this amount of veggies, like this town is still being supplied with more than they need. It's kind of crazy. Alright, August, getting close to harvest time. Or we'll take everyone off to construction and planting, I guess. In fact, I suppose that would probably make sense here. Just say, during harvest, you can plant, but I mean, we'd rather you work farms instead. And then I guess we'll toggle this one on. So I'll turn off threshing priority can... Oh, sorry. Go back to low. And... harvest. Alright, we'll see how that does for us. We're probably pretty low on ore now. Yeah, we're down to 21. Can I not... Oh, Deep Mine doesn't have seasonal assignment. Gotta write that down. Yeah, it's an upgrade, not a traditional building, so I think it was missed. Okay. I'm like actually nervous about the upcoming harvest. No drought though, so that's the important thing. Alright, just gotta go bathroom. We'll be back in a sec. I'll leave this on.
it's looking good. 75 timber, 40 planks, man. They're blitzing through it. Hopefully storing it all over here. So I would say... I don't have to worry about that. We're never going to have that many tools, so just bring that down. So we can store 200 planks. Yeah. Yeah, cool. I think they're done with roof tiles as well. I don't think we've got any clay left. No. Alright. It's harvesting time. Feeling probably assign more families than we have, but we'll see. Time to get our orchards done as well. And then these houses need their orchards as well. What is the buzzing constantly in the background? I'm so sorry, it's my air conditioning. It cuts out every couple of minutes and then cuts back in later. Thanks, Jay. Again, really sorry about the noise. I'll look into it for future streams to get, there is like a noise cancellation thing I can use. I have it for recording videos, it's just for some reason streaming it doesn't work. Do you have any tips for me? I'm just keeping up with the king's taxes and my regional wealth is not really increasing, so I can't expand on other territories. Let's see, the king's tax is based on how many people you have. And the idea is that you should be making more from those people than is being taxed. So I obviously don't know your setup, but I would say, like, make sure you don't have any unassigned families just not contributing to some form of work. And you I mean, just generally, almost every family produces more than they need, no matter what it is. So you should be able to sell excess at the trading post. I mean, ultimately, your way of making money is trading, right? So it depends what you have as a rich resource. Like for me, I got a bit lucky. I have rich iron, which is quite easy to use, and rich stone as well. So even just getting like dressed stone made and having someone dedicated to work on it. Sorry, it's here. We can then sell it for 5 a piece. So it's pretty quick money. Even selling food can be a good idea sometimes. So if you have rich fish, I actually recommend selling fish for at least in the beginning of the game, just to get your economy going. Having like animals like orchards or big veggie farms, like you tend to get more than you need. So I'd need to know kind of what you started with. Typically the play is this: whatever your rich resource is should be definitely more than you need, and you can sell it to make money, and then you tax your people to pay the king's tax. Mushrooms and wild animals. Well, you make pelt, right? You don't have any use for pelt. So if you got rich deer, I would set a reserve on your hunting camp. Rich deer is like nearly 30 deer, right? Or sorry, rabbits, wild animals. So you set it to be like just a couple, 2, 3, maybe 4 lower than the max amount, right? So let's say it says out of 176 for deer, I keep calling it deer, sorry, for wild animals, you just set that a couple points lower, and then you assign people to just constantly work it, and you'll build up all this pelt. And pelt is just free money. You can't use it for anything. It's a crafting material. You sell it for 2 a piece, so it's not that much. But, you know, after a month or 2, you should be able to make 100 or 200 even. For regional wealth. Now, that's quite a modest amount. What you could do with that is... I'm just trying to think what I would do. I mean, I would probably just invest in having backyards that I sell some of the produce. But you could also do it where it's like, okay, well, I'm going to import... Oh yeah, that wouldn't really work. Yeah. Your best play is really to sell excess product that you make. So you use the money to invest in buying animals. Like pork can be really good, like pigs. Or, I'll tell you what, goats. Goats is the way to go then. If you had lots of goats in your backyards, they drop hides. And hides sell for a decent amount too. So you'd be selling pelt and hides. Eventually, you want to turn the hides into leather. Oh, sorry, not even eventually. You could do that right away with a tannery. So a tannery building will turn your hides into leather, and you sell that. So that's pretty good money. I can't remember how much it is, but it's pretty good. Eventually, you'll be making shoes out of that, but that's not until you get to tier 3 households. Let's see what leather is worth. Yeah, it's 3. So hides should be worth like 1, I think, is it? Or 2, maybe? Two. Yeah, so you turn something that was worth 2 into 3. It's not a huge amount, but it's pretty quick. It's very quick to do with just one tannery building. So that's what I would do. I would go like, okay, I'm going to take the money I make from pelts and make goat sheds. The goats will produce milk that will take care of my people. For the most part, it's more than you need. And then the byproduct is that you get a little bit of hides every now and then. The hides then, you turn into leather, you sell that. Now you're selling pelts and leather. And then you use that money to pay off your debt, I guess. It'll stop increasing if you stop getting more families. So that's what I would do. It's hard to say. I'd have to kind of play through. But I would also be like, yeah, I'm going to try and sell other things as well. Other foods. Extra farming. Like, for instance, bread sells for a lot. So if you can get some farming going, selling wheat bread. So grain, wheat sheaves turns into grain, and then that doubles in the communal oven. It quadruples in a bakery, but again, that's tier 3. So if you can double your, like, whatever your wheat is. For instance, I don't have a fertility region here. This is just average fertility. And I'm using it to, you know, I'm going to be getting little bits of wheat here and there, right? So we should expect 25 here, 27 there. So that's about 50. But that doubles. It's going to be 100 bread. Now I'm going to use it to eat it. But we could sell 100 bread for 500 coin. Just food for thought. And then if we get a bakery, we would sell it for 1,000. So that'd be pretty good. Or we could keep some and sell the other for half of it for 500. In this update, I thought the dotted lines for Burgage Farms doesn't hug the roads like it used to. Is this intentional? It could be a bug. Someone was actually here praising how the snap feature is better than ever, so I don't know. I found that there's an issue when you do this. Let's see. Let's test it out. Let me just go over here. Somewhere is flat. Let's just curve this around like that. And let's curve this down. Right, so let's test something. And then I'll go like that. So that's curving quite nice. Like this. And there, and then here. And then we're curving along here. No problems, right? This is fine. But this is where I think it might not work. So we'll just build that, as crazy as that is. And we'll delete it. Now I think if we try to build it, it might not play ball. But let's see. Yeah. So there's something to do with, like, the points are changing after you first try to build it. So I think there's some issue there. It works first time, effectively. Otherwise, then you have to redraw the road, because there's something wrong with the snap points. So I've seen that. I've known that for a while. That's not this update. That was in there for a while. And I think the same is true for the King's Road. Like, this can end up breaking. As you do something like that, you can see the road visibly thickens. And I think certain points get deleted. And makes it hard to rebuild, like, the exact same curve you just did. So that's in my experience. If you have a different experience, let us know or make a bug report. It is helpful. But as clear-cut of example as possible would be good. That seems to be working now. But yeah, at least I was able to show one example of it not really working. Anyway. Okay, goats I don't have that much. Do they need animal feed? No, backyard animals don't need animal feed. It's only pasture animals that consume animal feed. So pigs and goats. Pigs only make... so let's just have a look real quick. We can just get some animals. Once that's built, we can read the upgrade. It's a shame you can't read it before that. Well, you can read it before then. It's in here, I think. But it's not exactly formatted very well. Pigs. Provides a strong yield of pork and goats. Provides a passive yield of milk. And every third yield provides Shevin and hides. So, a little behind the scenes is that milk and Shevin, the amount you make from one goat pen, is enough to sustain one family. So, if you've got one family with one backyard with goats in it, they're covered for food. And it'll be a little bit of animal produce and a little bit of meat, and it'll almost alternate. Now, obviously, they don't eat directly what they make. It'll go into the market and go wherever. But you've covered that one family. The hides is the byproduct, really. Where it's like, okay, they're not eating that. This can be used then to sell. So it's like saying, like, I'm going to cover my family with food and I'll get a little bit of extra money. That's what goats are. Pigs is not like that. Pigs is, we give you a stronger yield of pork. They're covered for food, and potentially other families are too. And chickens would be the other ones, which basically cover you for food. And a little bit more for others. The pigs scale with woodland variety. If your woodland is really low, they actually won't make enough food. Pork to cover one family. It has to be really low though, like 30% low or lower. Chickens are more reliable. It's just steady, no matter what the environments are or anything like that. So that's the dynamic of the three. It's like one's a good meat producer, but it varies. It usually varies quite positively, but not always. One is like just a good solid producer and will cover like a family and a half. So if you build a few of them, you start covering more families. And then one is, will cover myself, but give me a little bit of money. No, it does not stay the same for a double plot. If you got two families in one goat pen, they're not making enough food to cover them. One design thing that we have that I don't know if players agree with or no is that we don't think every family should be upgraded to tier 2 or tier 3 or tier 4. People seem to have it in their mind that you're supposed to upgrade everybody. I mean, you can, but if you do that, you're going to need other regions to support that town. Because at a certain, like, mead, cider, and ale, like, these are balanced in a way that's, like, you should really have people working on it that aren't consuming the same thing. And to do that, you'd need lower tiers. So a level 1 family doesn't need clothing. Doesn't need, you know, the clothing that comes from sheep or whatever. And they don't need a beverage. So you're supposed to keep some. If you look at the key art for Manor Lords, like on Steam, it's like it's a mixture. You know, you got your rural houses out there doing the sheep, the farms. Maybe your tier 2s are behind the wall. Maybe their tier 3s and 4s are up behind the bigger one. That's kind of like the goal. Now, obviously, if you want to make everyone tier 4, go for it. It's a great goal to have in mind. But at that point, and you can do it, even in one region, but it's much easier to have a supporting region help them then. That's kind of the way it is, doing the sheep. Yeah. Well, maybe if they're in Wales. It's going good, Dr. Shinobi. Thank you. Hope it's good for you too. Sorry about the noise that kicks in every now and then. Honestly, it's just, it's so warm in here. It needs to. It's an air conditioning thing. Anyway, that was just an example of what I would maybe do if you're really strapped for cash. It's like you can sell goats or sell the money from hides, but make it into leather first if you can. I didn't do crop rotation on any of these, which I should have. We could do that. Oh, no, we can't do it. Oh yeah, we can do it now. Oops. So what we'll need to do with this in future is add crop rotation that also considers spring or summer crops. We'll just keep it fallow for a moment. They're going to switch over in October. You should probably have higher priority on the other crops. I think they'll get it done in time. Yeah, yeah, that'll be fine. And we can kind of check the yields of the apples now. So a lot of people don't know this. I only learned it myself recently, really. It's like you only harvest apples or fruit in September. So they'll only, if it goes beyond September, they won't, if you have a really long plot of apples, like they won't get to them in time. So you kind of want to build these plots slightly wider if you can. It's a lot of money as well, 215. Alright. And that's why having 2 families in these can be quite helpful as well. The constant upgrade UI is annoying. Wish we could turn it off for tier plots that we just want to keep. You mean like this? This is annoying? Or do you mean like actually just even seeing it there is annoying? Or both? No peasants, no food. Exactly, right? Yeah, I was mentioning that little gagster earlier that just as I was recruiting troops, I was like, oh, it'd be kind of cool if I could say I only want tier 1s in here and not my artisans. Because I noticed my blacksmiths and stuff were gathering stuff, but they also use equipment based on what tier they're in. So a level 2 house can have gambesons, but a level 1 cannot. Level 1 can have helmets, level 2 can have gambesons, level 3 can have mail, and level 4 can have plate armor. I don't know why plate armor is not visible here. I think they can have plate armor. Maybe it's just the manor that can do that. By the way, we still haven't built a manor. I keep forgetting to do that. And we have a quarry. We could make a real big stone one if we want. Make sure they're allowed to get all this. Good, good, good. Oh yeah, they have their little sickles. You have level 2. If you have level 2 people in a level 1 house, will they consume ale? You can't have level 2 people in a level 1 house. Their level is determined by their house. How does a farm operate in an area with poor soil and at high elevation? Well, elevation doesn't affect farming unless you take a perk. So we're in high elevation, even here. And we're in poor soil. I mean, this is not particularly great. Right, we're not in a fertile region like this one. We're in an average region, like a normal one. So, it's working fine for me. We got 156 oat, 163 barley, 84 wheat. This is the thing that always grinds my gears, is that players are like, oh, if I don't have high fertility, I can't farm. It's like, why not? I don't understand. It's like, it's totally fine. It's a bit more, you get less. But it's totally fine. No worries, Jay. If you invite the bandits to live with you, they show as level 2 folk, but will move into a level 1 house. I gotta be honest, I can't remember or know how you do that. How do you get bandits to live with you? I've heard of this before. It's definitely like tickling something in my mind, but I don't remember how you do that. Because that might be a strange use case where I don't know the answer to that. I mean, they're supposed to just be the tier of their house. That just sounds like a bug of some sort, you know? Like if you have a level 2 family in here and you destroy their house and then build a level 1, they move into the level 1 and become a level 1 home, you know, family. Kite them to your region, dismiss your army, wait till they get the tortures out, invite them via... oh yeah, diplomacy, right, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, I'll look into that. They're not, it's, I mean, if that's totally fine to do that, but they should just become the tier they are. I'll just make a note. Bandits, when invited to your home or your region, can move into a level 1 house, but register as level 2 families. Yeah, that's a strange one, but I'll look that up. Any plans on the Anna series now that Manor Lords update is out? Yeah, I'll be doing it this week for sure. How much more time do I have? I've got another hour. I just need to make that cheese. I'm trying to get enough. Yeah, we just need the beverage. So September has happened. The harvest has happened. We're about to go into October. October, this switches. So just before that happens, I guess we'll decide. I'll leave this fallow. This could maybe do oats. But it can be paused because oats is really for next year. We'll leave this fallow. This could do oats but be paused. I could do wheat. That was barley. I'll leave that fallow. Barley's okay here. Let's do oats. Pause. Do we do barley here? Yeah, pause that as well. Barley you can do in spring, so we can just leave it. And then down here we'll do barley and barley. But again, just pause those till spring. And that should be rotation for now. 1 year of rotation. And we'll add a 3rd year next year. I just find it's easier to do it that way. Hopefully when the field is paused, they still go and pick up the stuff. I think they do. There we go. Rotation. Thanks, Happy Juice. Oh, nice. Big excess of clothes. We're starting to get our mead. So some of these can upgrade now. Yes. Tier 3 to out of our minds. This could be our cheesemonger. I'm surprised not even more can go. Oh yeah, by the way, that's what I was going to look at, but yeah. Level 2 and level 2. Alright, 4 level 3 houses. If we get one more, we'll advance a milestone. Still lacking the beverage. Just need more being made and supplied in here. We've actually just turned off the brewery though, so it's going to slow down probably. Can you talk about what the future plans for the game? I know it's really small on the bottom left, but I cannot talk about upcoming features. But I don't mind talking a little bit, because I have been anyway. But there's no super concrete plans. But, you know, you said the castle building, and any plans of including Crusaders. I don't know about Crusaders. It hasn't come up in my time being at the company for a couple of years now. But yeah, castle building is going to get improved. I mean, one of the things we want to do is siege warfare, so there'll be some improvements to castles. We want more things to be built inside the manor. More manor modules. So yeah, that'll be improved. But I not only can I not tell you, it's because I don't know exactly what's going to happen there. The next update's going to be focused on perks, and then probably the one after. So if we want to do siege warfare and stuff, more stuff with the castle, we need to improve the AI to get to the level where it can attack castles. So there's just no point in doing siege warfare if like the AI is not building walls and you're just sitting there and raiders are like standing against the wall not doing anything. So it's a bigger feature than it might seem. So as the AI is progressively getting better with each patch, which it will, once it gets to the phase where it's like able to make siege equipment and stuff, then there'll be more of a focus on the whole castle aspect. So we'll get there. I've always seen it as like, in order for the AI to get to the point where they can do all that, like we need to make sure the economy side of the game is like as deep as it's ever going to get and robust. Otherwise, if we make economy changes after that, then the AI has to like be recoded to learn how to like build to that point. So we're kind of just like, as we go through the perks, that's the development of your town. We're sort of like building up and up and up. And towards the end of the perks, there'll be military perks. And I imagine around there, that's where a big military push will happen. Are these done already? That was super quick. Oh yeah, they're not. I was like, I didn't hear the noise. They're still waiting on a little bit. A log. There we go. Tier 3. So we'll make this guy the cheesemonger. Let's get rid of that backyard. And then for this, we need 25 regional wealth. We don't have that. I did just spend all like 600 on apples, I guess. We're just low on shields, so you can stop working, or you can start working on iron again. Sorry, it's loud. I don't know why that's loud sometimes. I'll start bringing those crops in soon. That's good. They're working on it. It is Darren himself. Hey, it's Bits. Have you talked about which type of siege weapon? No, I imagine Greg knows, but I haven't really talked to him about military stuff at all. At all. We have historians for that, and I'm sure they're letting him know what's going to be used. I don't know. I imagine ladder's a ram. Maybe earthworks, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed the other one. The rumor is that if you build a hunter's camp and get the dog, you can get that dog to bring fish if you have fish in your region. That'd be... I don't know if that's true, but that's fun. Yeah, I could see that being a thing. Kind of. I would imagine he just still brings meat, actually. So even if you start with fish, but you build a hunting camp and you get the dog perk upgrade, I imagine he'll just give you a passive yield of... Oh yeah, maybe he doubles the fish that you catch. That could be... Yeah, I don't know. Worth testing. Do you think the pace of updates and features coming to the game will be faster in future? Hard to say. I think so. After the technical update that we just did, it was... Even though we just branded it as like, oh, you know, it's pathfinding and stuff like that, there was a huge amount of bugs fixed and a lot of behind the scenes work done to make the code smoother. So when we were like, okay, we really want the next update out by the end of August. So by the end of July, we'll put a beta out. And that's what Greg communicated. We'll do a beta end of July. We were a day late with that. And we'll get this beta done by the end of August. And it does seem like we were ahead of schedule. We didn't know we'd get quite as much into this update as we did. We were like, we've got more time. We can just keep adding stuff. And I think that's because things were just more stable. Less bugs were happening. Like, we were kind of anticipating, like, oh man, every time we do something, it's just like this breaks and this breaks and this breaks. And this time it's like, for a beta, compared to our other betas, very little has broken. It's like there's a few errors on the new map that we're aware of. There's the ox bug, right, where if someone's going to get an ox and they kind of glitch a little bit. I mean, that's an impactful bug, but it's not, you know, it's actually not that bad of one to fix, I don't think. I have a list of things I've been writing as I've been playing, like all these different things, and it's not that much compared to other betas. So I'm hoping, just based on that, it's like, hopefully things will speed up a bit. Now, I don't think it's ever going to be like every month you're getting something, but it shouldn't be like you only get one update or two a year. I think it'll be more seasonal maybe. But I really don't know. It kind of depends how big the update we decide to make is. Like, maybe doing a big castle siege update would take a really long time. You know, because there's a lot of moving parts to that. But if we just did more updates where it's like, oh, you're just adding like mead, it's pretty easy. Or perks. Perks are actually really quick. It's kind of the embarrassing thing with that is that it's taking us so long because there's so many other things we were trying to prioritize. But now with the next update for perks, it's like I don't see a reason why these would take a very long time. If they're like the perks we did before. Anyway. Please put the cathedral with a massive pipe organ in. I'm a musician. I think there'll be one more level to that. Yeah, not sure. I assume so, though. I don't know if it's ever going to be a massive super cathedral, because... I mean, ultimately, we're not building, like, huge cities. Kind of building, like, towns. But, so maybe it would just feel out of place, you know? It's like, oh, I've got 100 people live here, and this is dominated by a massive cathedral. Well, I mean, I'm sure if people think it's cool, and Greg thinks it's cool, he'd just do it anyway. I will say there's very little room within this plot now, though, to build much bigger. Yeah, balance number bugs or whatever, or not even bugs, but balancing stuff, that's, you know, easy to tweak that just based on feedback. I'm hoping the balance it should be challenging, and it should feel like if we add some perks, we can make your life easier. You can, like, invest in a livestock perk. They breed faster, consume less food, something like that. Or you can invest in, like, farming to make more stuff. So it's like, well, maybe that would be better, because it's like, well, I can get more bread and things, and also more oats to feed more animals, but... So those will be the kind of trade-offs you have in the next tier of perks. But also there'll be trade-offs with like, well, maybe I want to go into getting more honey per apiary so I can really lean into mead and not have to do as much farming, you know? I think the next tier of perks is going to be the hardest choice people are ever going to have to make, because they're like, definitely want more than one thing here, but you're going to have to just choose. There is a cemetery in the church grounds. I know it's not a cemetery, but there is like a place where people are buried. Yeah, I kind of think it would be all post 1.0 as we said, but I would almost love like the church is built like the manor, where it's like modular and you have families assigned to it, like priests or whatever, that look after their own orchards and their own burial grounds, and they do things there, like they make things, you know, like, but that would be its own. That's like such a massive feature. That's why I said it's like maybe post 1.0 you could do something like that, but that's a common thing back in this time period, I think. But I think that, yeah, I don't know if that would happen in this for a long time, but yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not something we're focusing right now, though. How's that farming doing? Are we almost done? I don't think they're picking up from here until we let time play. Or we stop pausing it. Let's see. Because there's just 19 wheat sheaves here. Yeah. That's kind of good to know. Well, I just wanted them to pick that up. I might mark that as something that needs to be improved as well. Was it just that one? It might have just... This one doesn't have anything on it either. Or it has wheat on it that no one's picking up because the field is paused. I think that's it anyway. I had to look it up. You were disappointed to see that the ossuary vanishes when we build a level 3 church. Yeah, so for me, you know, I have no say or input on anything to do with models or historical accuracy, so that's all our 3D modeler and Greg and the historians that kind of consult on that. Maybe they read that it's built inside or something, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you could leave that feedback in the Discord. I mean, it's not out of the realm that if enough people felt that way, it could change. We had a bandit attack or something coming in. Northwest. Okay. We almost have our sidearm unit fully done. That joiner is taking forever making those shields. I guess they have a long way to go. They have to pick it up from up here.
Anywhere else?
Yeah, you said don't forget about the cheese. I was waiting to get the money, but we do have that now. So, yep. Cheese from milk. And maybe a cobbler. And a baker, I guess, would be nice. For our latest harvest. So what do we kind of harvest? 95, so far 95 wheat grain. Yeah, we've got 0 wheat sheaves, so it must have been about 100 wheat. 157 barley, 57 oat sheaves. That seems quite low on the oats. Is it already been made into... Oh, that's why. 118 oats. Good, good, good. Wow, the deforestation is working very well. We got some time before we deploy. What kind of input are you giving on the game development? I'm a designer. So, it depends. Based on the update. This update, I was the one who said, like, let's do cider, let's do mead. I decide how it's balanced, I decide where it got made, and all that. I was given the task of the construction yard, so Greg was the one who said, like, I want to do a construction yard that's needed for building high-tier structures. And I was like, okay, cool. And then he gave it to me and said, like, you figure it out. So me and Linus, one of our programmers, I'm a programmer as well, but, like, I'm a basic programmer. He's, like, a good programmer. We worked out, like, how this should work. That oxen should pull cart that can carry multiple logs, that they build buildings faster, that they... You know, this is all us that we said, like, okay, it should store... I wanted it to act as a storage depot as well, so you choose how much it stores, because you can have multiple, and then you can kind of create these depots. That was all me, deciding its maintenance, its costs. We also gave feedback that it should be a bit of a bigger building. It was kind of smaller at first. Our 3D artist then, you know, puts that together. Greg then did the animations for the ox, like, you can, he has a, oh my god, that was so loud. They have a cart where logs are pushed up onto it, so he did all the work on that and the art for that. Animation. So, you know, it's all a team effort, but that's kind of, design-wise, that's what I was doing. I decided, like, the cost of all this stuff, I decided for, I coded and designed the seasonal breeding, how they breed, chances of it happening, how they get sheared. I also said, like, we need to add cows, and Greg was like, okay, cool, cows. So I didn't decide, like, we're doing cows. I'm, like, badgering Greg, like, let's do cows. This update's perfect for it. Let's do it. And he's like, okay, let's do it. And then we get cows in. I'm like, okay, cows are really powerful now because you get a lot of meat, you get a lot of milk. We need a way to nerf them. Let's do animal feed, which I wanted to do for ages anyway. But this was my opportunity to like, let's do it. And he's like, okay. So with Linus then coded a lot of the animal feed stuff. And I decided, okay, we're going to make oats. So we need a new farm thing then. And Greg's like, okay, fine. So I kind of like sneak things in that way with him. And we decided, like, is it going to be hay? I wanted it to be hay, animal feed, and turnips. That's like more historical what they had. But we kind of met in the middle and said, like, for now, maybe after 1.0 we can do like hay. But now we'll just do one of those. So we'll do oats and merge it into the farming system and stuff. So that was all, you know, designed by me and then implemented with Linus the programmer and stuff. So stuff like that. I did all the perks, the first perks, the next perks will be mine. I'm kind of responsible for the balance. So what you need to progress those numbers. Me and Greg both did approval. It was my design to have approval broken into tiers that give you different effects based on the tier you're at. Not super happy with exactly how easy approval is right now, but overall it's my system, I guess, that's tiered. Loads of little things, you know, just loads of little things like that. I say little things, but there are things that impact players a lot, I guess, these choices. That's what designers tend to do. But the real work is done by the people implementing it, you know, like Linus, Greg, Nick, who does the AI and other programming stuff. Like, they make it all work and happen. So we don't need a limit on cheese. Just make it. Every time they come in and out of the woods, it keeps triggering that. They're actually going to the bridge. We could have a bridge battle. Damn. Let's go, go, go. I don't know if we'll get there in time, but we can try. We have to defend the cheese. We just got our cheese making going. We're not letting anyone steal it. I saw another streamer say, are all the cows female? And I was like, duh. Yeah, they do breed though, so it's like, where's that coming from, really? Look at this woman. Get out of the way! Start making some gambesons and stuff too. Did I deploy all three? Oh yeah, I did. Good. Ah. I don't want to be too tired by the time we get there, but it might be worth it. I imagine they're probably just going to morph through us anyway, but we'll see. I reckon those oxen are having a time... yeah, exactly. I actually thought that too. I was like, it's the oxen that are in control. But I don't know about the... We don't have like a ram or whatever for sheep. Should be making animal feed now like nobody's business. Watching from South Africa, nice. Construction yard was really good. It was a good quality of life change. Thanks. No worries. Shout out to Greg for making those animations. It was really cool. We had loads of different ideas for how it could be done. We were gonna... One of the ways we were thinking was like a hill built into the construction yard. And they carry logs up onto it, and then they roll them onto a cart below. But he went for like the more he opted for the more push thing because it's kind of like less moving parts and stuff, little less realistic. But I think he did a great job. I think it looks really good. Oh, sorry, I just spent the time taking to make AI better to attack sieges, but can something not be done to present a constant challenge? Like, at least the off-map AI can be more challenging. Maybe. I guess a lot of the development time is just going into the current AI rather than the off-map AI. The off-map AI was really kind of a placeholder because there was no on-map AI. So asking our programmer to devote time to that, I think, isn't a good use of time, personally. But I'm not in charge of, you know, deciding what he does, really. Can we do this? Does this work? I guess we could just move on to the bridge. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it does work. I actually don't see them. I'm guessing they're just over there somewhere. Good old Total War bridge battle here. Wonder why I can't do it. Oh, there we go, yeah. Stand your ground. Should have got some archers. Oh, one of them's in the water, I think. Maybe two. I don't know what happens if we shield wall. I guess I could test it with these guys. Oh, it works. Okay, shield wall then. Oh, it's not. It's a bit glitchy on the bridge. I could have been a bit better with that, I think. I've written all this down already. I do think with the pathfinding updates, something isn't quite right with these guys anymore. I'll check back in a minute. Thing I'm just worried about is the animals, so we need to make 90 we need to make at least 180 animal feed, maybe nearly 200. Just want to make sure they're on top of that. Some people are transporting. Yeah, these guys are storing and transporting oats. Okay, at least that's happening. $95 oats here. Wow. Feels like now you need to kind of keep a couple on here just to make sure they keep thrashing during winter. By the way, did some basic pathfinding tests for the military on this new map. It seemed to work well. Better than it did on Lake Lem. Oh, that's good then. When it first came in. Yeah, I know there's like a bridge that's wonky on that map. It's like too high or something. And there's fish that float in the air. They're kind of creeping around the side a little. Let's throw these guys into the mix. Yeah, I'll have to look into this falling down and moving up, I guess. My guys are kind of weak from the run. I don't have any treasury or any money, so it's this or nothing. That's much better, yeah. Alright, GG. Let's go finish off those bandit camps, I guess.
Yes, sire. My liege. Yes, sire.
One problem I have at Lake Lem was that my men were a couple of regions over, so press their assigned number, then go to my region and right-clicked, but they went the long way to get to that. Yeah. Yeah, Lake Lem, I gotta be honest, is my least favorite map. I just don't like having a giant lake in the middle, because it's like you have to run all the way around it to get to the other side. Yeah, again, worth maybe pointing that out in a bug report. I know telling people to do bug reports or gameplay feedback reports is kind of annoying, but our we really do check that Discord every day. Our QA team checks that Discord, the Manor Lords official Discord, and in gameplay feedback, we check it, and in the bug feedback, they check it. And they write up professional reports about them, and they recreate everything that happens in there so that we can then fix them.
Orders. Yes, sire.
Alright, we're just walking about those. Alright,
My liege.
there we go. Alright. Run back here, and then we'll disband you and get you back to work. I'm just hoping that we are at least using the oats. It should be these guys that are getting them. This is the only place I've allowed storage of oats and animal feed. Because I'm a bit worried. It's December and we've got 49, so we're just about staying ahead.
Orders.
Alright, there they go. Back to work, guys. I think if we take out these two, I don't think bandit camps can appear again then. Any reason you're not using plowing stations at the farmhouse? Is this something you know we don't? No, I just don't like them. Just never did like them. I used to build really curvy fields all the time, and they would never like use them properly. And I know if you just build longer strips, they do, but I just don't use them. It's not that they're even less efficient, I just don't like them. It's like I've had them go wrong. I've had them go wrong once or twice, and because of that, it's like I'll never trust them again. That's basically how I feel about it.
Advance.
We're gonna have to wait a bit just for them to recover. What tier can you upgrade the manor to at present? There's only 2 levels to the manor as far as I know. It's just wooden and then stone. So just tier 2. I didn't even build one. I still haven't built one. I could build one, but I'm saving all my material to upgrade houses to tier 3. Or at least that's what I was doing. Yeah, with this upgrade we'll reach the next milestone, which is large village. Not that we need it, but it does give you influence every time you do that. Ah, they came out anyway.
Orders. My lord. Yes, sire. Orders. Yes, sire. Hold your ground. Fight.
Oh yeah, all our wheat sheaves. We made the grain. Let's start milling it. And then, did we build a bakery? No, but I think I said I'd do it here or on the other side. I guess I'll just do it here, why not? That'll do. Alright, good. You can upgrade the manor itself and garrison towers, such that they are larger, but there's no real added value. Yeah, that's why I don't even use them at all. I mean, I didn't have AI in my game, so I just felt I didn't really need a retinue. And so, therefore, I didn't really need... Yeah, shouldn't we be getting taxed by now? I thought we'd get taxed by now. I didn't turn off taxes. The only thing I turned off was having AI in the game. It's year 5. I thought you get taxed on year 5, no? Because then I would need one.
We all know what that means.
Oh, one of our armorers died. They're banging stuff out there, which is good. Are they not working here? Oh, they are. And then this guy's selling them, right? Yep. Cool. Well, we're making money then. Alright. So, last one is over here. We got all that stuff back as well. Oh my god, there's so much. Everything they stole from me. Loved your Anno 107 videos. Will you post another one? Yeah, this week I'll start posting them again. Year 6 the King's Ransom starts? Okay, we gotta get that manor built then. Start taxing people. I'm only here for 30 more minutes though. And then that's it. I really did just want to make cheese and build the level 3 church. Took me long enough just to do that. Oh, we need salt though. Oh yeah. It's an expensive import. We could obviously settle one of our other regions, I guess, with it. Yeah, I guess always try to have 10 or something. It's free though because of our perk, and it's cheaper because of our perk. Only slightly. Where would be a good salt region? There. Woohoo. How are the animals? They're staying alive anyway. Just about. Oh yeah, that's pretty good, actually. Look at this. This thing makes more than any building ever. We still have 110 oats. Yeah, they'll be fine. It used to be... See, we didn't used to have that where they make 2 for every 1. It used to just be 1 to 1. Too easy now. But I guess people want bigger fields, right? We want lots of animals. I don't have that many. How much pasture space do we have? 76? Yeah. Alright, let's just chill here till we're not so tired. Main street looks quite nice. We want to start getting some goats and things though now. For the cobbler. Coming back to Manor Lords after 6 months or so. What's on the experimental branch currently? It's kind of a lot, actually. So, just while things are going in the background, I guess I'll just give you a quick rundown of the patch notes. So a new map, Wide Valley, new UI. It's been refactored, new layout, features, and art. So this is kind of like an example of it here. New like building art and stuff, and just new layout to things. That makes it a bit nicer. It's also the same. If it's been 6 months, you have it like the new main menu and stuff as well that look quite nice, and you know, setting up your game for the first time. Artisan active recipes. Instead of a production focus only allowing artisans to focus on one production at a time, active recipes allow choosing the priority in which a production is executed. Artisans start with no active recipes until the player sets them. So, for example, we have our blacksmith down here. In the general tab, we now have all of the recipes we can use, which is just like production focus, but the difference is we can now prioritize them by saying, do this number one. If you can't do that anymore, then do this. If you can't do that, then do this. And these are toggled off. Don't do those at all. In the advanced tab, we then set the rules for that. So when we've got more than one spear, more than one sidearm, more than 10 tools, stop doing those things. Obviously with spears, they're reserved by these units. So I'm saying when you've got more than enough for the unit, then stop making it. So that's how that's working. So it basically allows your blacksmith to multitask to some degree without you having to go in and switch them. So that's what production focuses or recipes mean there. The priority system was actually, when people were asking like what did I do, that was one of mine, and then Greg made it way better because I had a system where I wanted priorities and he figured out how to do it, let's put it that way, and he did it very quickly and I was very impressed. I woke up the next day and I was like, you've done that already? It was insane because it's a big code change. Anyway, new beverage, cider. It's made from 4 apples to and then you get 1 cider at the brewery. So we have a brewer over here. So again, we now have cider and mead. So cider, 4 apples, 1 cider, 1 honey, 1 mead. So pretty straightforward, really. New pasture animals, cows and calves. So we've just gotten those as well. We have some cows here, and we have one little baby, baby Anna. And we'll talk about how they breed and stuff soon. So we have cows. Oats. Shares a fertility with barley, but it's much more resilient. Sheaves are threshed into oats, so the oat sheaves are threshed into oats, which then can be consumed. So basically, you can either eat the oats, or you can turn them into animal feed at the livestock farm. So these guys go out and collect from the animals. It used to be called the sheep farm, which is hence the old kind of artwork. But now they do a lot more here. They craft, but they also collect from cows. Animal feed. So you need feed because animals will die during winter. Hungry animals, pasture animals, cows, calves, sheep, lamb become hungry during winter and will consume animal feed each month, or they die without it. They consume them at different rates. So long story short, sheep, lamb, calves, the smaller animals basically take 1. Cows, fully grown cows, take 2 per month in winter. So they take 6 for the year, and these will take 3 for the year each. Cheesemonger, we just built it. They make cheese from milk and salt, which is there. Next one, construction yard. Workers will store construction material and distribute it to building sites via hand carts to improve logistics. They also build 50% faster when the construction yard is properly maintained. So we have this over here. So this is the construction yard. It's kind of a wider rectangular building with logs kind of in the middle. The log cart is pulled by the ox. They can load up to 3 on this at once. They do not go into the forest. They collect from logging camps. They distribute it back to their construction yard and then again to building sites that need it. This little dude goes out and he pushes the logs right up there. And they can be a bit janky sometimes if there's lots of ox moving around, but you know, still more efficient. It also works as a depot, so you can store up to certain amounts of goods here. You can kind of define how you do that. It's up to you. Yep, and they're needed for advanced construction. So, if you want to build the level 3 church, which is this fat bad boy here, you'll need a construction yard to do it. Otherwise, regular unassigned builders will just kind of flatten the ground, deliver material, but they can't really take part. It's like an advanced structure. That and a stone manor are the only advanced structures in the game right now. So the construction yard is necessary for that. Other than that, though, they do just build other buildings faster. They use wooden parts to do that. Wooden parts never had a use in the game before. Seasonal assignment. Buildings can be set to automatically cycle your assigned families for each season. So our farms right here, for instance, not there, here. We've broken it down by season. There's a checkbox to allow this. You can toggle it off and just keep it non-seasonal if you want. Or toggle it on and then determine what happens per season. For any building. Seasonal breeding. Pasture animals will now breed according to the season and herd size. Summer for cows, autumn for sheep. Spring is when offspring are then produced. So as long as you have cows in summer, they will breed and you'll get the result of that in spring should they survive winter. And then seasonal produce. Sheep used to just produce every 10 days. Now they are sheared once per year during summer, which is how it is in real life for the most part. And cows are milked monthly, not during winter. You can kill your cows and get beef, of course, through a butcher. But they're pretty much more valuable just making milk, to be honest. But the butcher option is there. Those are the main things that came from this. I'm from Ireland originally. I live in England at the moment. There's minor changes. The couple ones I'll just mention really quickly is the herbage, a chance of extra yield from pasture animals based on the meadow. So if we check a pasture, we can see this little icon, herbage, where grasses grow rich, the pasture answers in kind. By the way, if you're playing this game in the experimental beta, you have to be on English. If you're not on English, you won't see any of this. It'll just be blank. So you'll be very lost in some instances. So we, during the course of a beta, in case there's changes, like we lock in the changes and then we send it off to translate. Otherwise we'd be translating it over and over again. So anyway, yeah, with herbage, they make more based on your meadow. So what that means is in the environment screen here, you've got the different slices of the pie of your environment. The more this grows, the more these shrink, right? And same for all the others. So meadow, herbage, and wilding are here. Wilding is also changed. Now it's a chance to accumulate yield. It's equal to the meadow environment. So we're at about 30%, let's say. So you have a 30% chance of accumulating honey throughout the spring months and summer months. And then in autumn, it's harvested. So based on that is what you get. So this one just made 2. Let's go through these real quick. Oh, it actually says last 30 days, which is a shame. Because they're level 2. Level 1 houses 3. We need to fix that. Anyway, level 1 houses say 365 days. Level 2 say 30. So, yeah, anyway, this one we only got 2. This one we got 6 and then 2. This one we got 4 and then 1. And this one doesn't have honey on it. These ones would have been all roughly around the same. They're all basically going to be the same. But we can only support up to a certain amount, right? So it says wilding, supporting 1 apiary per 2%. So with 30%, we can only have 15 apiaries. Adding more is not going to yield anymore. The yield will just cap out across all of them. So let's say we made 100 total honey from 15 apiaries. If we add another 10 apiaries, we'll still just get 100 total apiary. Or 100 total honey. There's no new perks in the game, but the next update is going to have perks. That's our focus for the next one. Promise. And it won't be all of them. It'll just be the next set of perks. I don't know what we'll do after that. We might go straight into the next set right after that, or we might work on some other feature that maybe the perks depend on. I'm not sure. So that's pretty much the major changes. There's also, I won't spend too long on it, but there is like a lot of balance changes. Here. Vegetable yields are 30% less. That's like one of the bigger ones. They cost a bit more, especially apples, because they now have another use. Panage, or whatever. is quite different. Basically, you have now a more extreme for like if you have high woodland, you get way more pig. If you have low woodland, you get way less. The middle is kind of the same as it was. Rye is a little less fertility, things like that. Pastures is the big one. They require twice as much of the area for the same space. They also now have dynamic planks cost, so you have to spend planks to build a pasture, which grows bigger the pasture. And they also have collision on them and stuff now as well. So those would be the major changes, I would say.
Orders.
It's not new that they can be injured in battle. That was always there. It says they are sick, though. Not injured. It's always said that.
Liege.
Alright, these guys are ready to go. Let's go fight the final battle for today.
Yes, sire.
You could just re-rally your troops. If you re-rally your troops now, they lose fatigue. They maintain their lost fatigue. That was fixed in the last update. Unless that's still broken, but that was supposed to be fixed in the last update. I'm here and loved you. Oh yeah, I read that already. Thank you. Enemy unit spotted.
Your orders. March.
Ooh, the grass is a bit messed up here. It's flickering.
Lord.
They're in the woods somewhere. Ever seen my soldiers limp away from a fight before? I need to pay more attention. I just win as fast as possible and move on. Yeah, definitely a thing. They like grab their stomach. But I believe it's the same if they just... It's like when people are sick, they grab their stomach as well. It just looks cooler because they have a weapon in their other hand.
Your orders. Stand and fight. Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. Yes, sire. Run. Pick up the pace. Yes, sire. Men, attack.
Alright, die. The last of the bandits.
Run.
Gotta say, when the AI is good enough to like really challenge you, this game's gonna be crazy. Like, there's so much going on, you know?
Quickly. Run.
With all the production chains now and stuff, it's like, I think the economy is good. I don't know if we need to really pile too much more onto it. Except for like the very highest levels. And, yeah.
Move quickly. Your orders. Faster. Yes, sire. Faster. Yes, sire.
Alright, go, go, go. What's it take to get to tier 4? We needed the shoes. Oh yeah, I didn't buy the goats. 25 ahead. Or at least a unit. Gonna need more than that though. Might make these goat sheds as well, but they feel like the plots are kind of big. They could do a bee and honey just for the consistency of it. I mean, I guess why not? Can always change it later if we need to.
Come on, come on.
Men. Yes, sire.
I like that now we can have dedicated trade posts, so one... Yeah, I love how everyone loves that, and it's like something I've never thought about or used ever. But yeah, we saw that as a very common request, so that's why we did it. I see like other YouTubers being like, this is the biggest change. I'm like, really? I've never even interacted with that. But that's cool. I know I haven't exactly played very well here, but I can play well if I'm taking my time and pausing the game more and really thinking about placement. Like, you know, I can do pretty well. But once I get like 1 or 2 regions, I guess I never really build beyond about 100 families because there's never really any reason. So I think it's, if you get like a huge town, you really want to have like a high volume of exports, then I guess it could matter. But yeah, never really was a concern for me. You seem good at PvE games. Thanks. I'm scheduled to play Arc Raiders with my buddy in about an hour. Can't wait. Well, I was up till 5 in the morning playing with him last night. He's in America, so it's my probably least. I'm like, my worst discipline is I just can't stop gaming. Alright, let's get these guys ordered in. Alright, cool. How the forest is doing? Oh, not enough people to put on the forest thing right now. I guess we could chill on logs. Are we pretty good? 139. We're pretty good. Still not enough. What is it? Oh, it's spring. Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. They should be working in the fields. Let's take them off blooming just for a bit. 100 ore. What's our fuel? Fuel's insane, isn't it, as well? Not insane, but good. Yeah, I guess not much else I can do. We're getting a few new families moving in, so it should be okay soon. Oh yeah, and these ones can have additional families. So, did we buy salt yet? Or did we make any cheese? Oh, we've got 3 cheese! We're doing it. And we do have money, so that's good. Sick. Job ID 71. Ugh. That's my fault. I do all the writing as well in the game. Job ID 71. Cheesemonger. I guess it doesn't have that written in yet. We've made 6 cheese so far. Excellent. I imagine the bottleneck is salt. We've got 7 salt. And how are we doing for animal feeds? Good. We're not really making any slabs. Oh yeah. There we go. Alright, buddy, see you in the next live. It's 11:15 here, and I'm getting sleepy. See you later. Vyamaramani. Thank you. Want me to go inside the big church? When it was being built, we did walk through it, because it's a building site and you can. But you can't walk into it at the moment. We could keep an eye on and see if they open the door and go in. They should. You just walk through this. Can't go up there. Ooh, there's a black box here. Oh, you can go in through the back. Oh my god. Immersion ruined. That's funny. What bits can I not walk through then? We just walk through the whole thing? I guess so. Just the door. It's so funny. I never would have even thought. It's like, well, I can't go through the wall. And then I'm like, yeah, I can't go in. It's just the door that's blocked. Ugh. Always, it's creepy though. You can never see their face. Love the little tiny window. Look how small the window is. It sounds like it's raining, but I don't see any clouds. Oh yeah, it is raining. Hang on. Is it raining down here? Yeah, it is. Does that not happen when I do this? Oh no, it does. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what's at the market. We've got some bread. The cheese has been taken straight away. We've got some beets. Bread and beets. Love to see it. That guy has clogged his thing a little bit there. Clothes. Got some clothes. Bread and beets. Basically what we're rocking at the moment. Yeah, beets, cabbages, carrots, bread. Really isn't much else actually. Wheat is growing nicely. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the bakery is making bread, right? They should be making loads. Yeah, nice. Cool. I guess that's kind of it. There's not really much more to do. I mean, obviously you could push to tier 4 and we would want to get ready for taxes coming in. I never did build a manor. We want to do that real quick? Got a little bit more time. Let's do it. Oh man, I'm really low on planks. Let's just build that first then. Tell you what, don't have any cap. That's why. Then we can add some walls and stuff around it. The construction yard should do that pretty nicely. And wow, yeah, filling it up actually quite nicely. Burned at the stake of the peasants if you do that. That's funny. They'd be like, holy crap, the Lord is God. Just saw her phase through the walls. 22 apples, not bad. For that size, in my opinion. Oh, and these are going to be worked as well, aren't they? Yeah. It's our barley for next year. Never did anything with that barley. Maybe we should do something with it. There we go. There's the taxes. 197. It's fine. Easy. Destroy that. We'll never need a communal oven again. What's our approval? 82? Good. And we're making tons of money because we're just constantly throwing out the helmets or whatever, the plate armor. Springtime, animals are going to be born. Hey, we have 3 new calves so far. Calves take 2 years to grow, by the way. Lamb only take 1. So it could take quite a while. Big investment. Got to give them a lot of... What is it? I suppose it's 6 oats until... Or at 6 animal feed until they become adult. Those apple tree models change? They do. When they hit full maturity, they kind of thicken. They're a bit more... So I'll show you these ones. They're very thin, and this model kind of just scales up, I think, and does change a little bit at certain milestones. But then right around the 90% to 95% maturity, you'll see like a pretty drastic like change as they get their full model. And I think during the time of year, the leaves change. I don't know, is that a real we had an apple tree in my back garden. I don't remember them having white. leaves. I think it was just always green. But and we had plum trees as well. I can see the apples. There they are. Nice, good. That was done pretty quick. Taxes. 10% please. And we have our retinue. Nice.
Why do I have to carry this alone?
So yeah, now I've got 115 planks. That is more like it. So let's I guess you can upgrade this straight away. And just build stone walls from the beginning, can't you? I think. Oh yeah. I think the idea is that you're supposed to click that and then do it, but I don't think you can do that right now. I'm not sure. I thought you could do it before even... Maybe it has to be wood first. I don't know. What do I know? It's a lot of planks, man. Oh, I just can't about do it. I have to do a little small baby one. That can't be right. I don't know what's wrong with this. Reset? I can't even reset it. Okay, just delete that. Oh, I remember. And yet... I still feel like it's saying that we have to commit. Like, commit what? That seems like it hasn't remembered that. Oh, yeah, this thing. Sorry. Alright, gotcha. Alright, walls and gates. So I've heard that you can't actually do a full wraparound in the beginning. You have to do this, and then you can wrap around. And that's known. I mentioned it recently. There we go. Yeah, cool. And commit. Right, so you need 94... You only need 2 logs for that gatehouse, and then 94 planks. And then we can maybe turn it to stone. But I need people to be done with their farming before I can take them off and have more workforce. You can get off that, actually. You're done. All our families are doing stuff right now. I guess it's kind of a lot down here. You can go back down to 1. Damn, yeah. Are there any plans to vary the faces of men? Currently everyone is a clone, it seems. I don't think absolutely every man is. Are they? Well, this guy looks different. His eyes are kind of crossed. I don't know if he's just been given a beard or if he has the same face. Anyway, I don't know the answer. I'm sure that's kind of stuff where it's like people were saying about voices and stuff. I don't know. I've never talked about it. I don't really talk with Greg too much about the aesthetics. But I imagine like towards 1.0 or like around the final update for the game. Not final, but the 1.0 version update. It's like maybe new music, maybe new voices, maybe a few new models. Like just things like that. I don't know though. Maybe that's not planned. I don't know. Oh, when I was looking at the retinue. I can have a look at them in a moment. But yeah, I don't see why not, for retinue especially.
Alone.
Dude, that's so fast. That's great. Delivering material that fast is so nice. Oh, that's cool. They actually go to where the wall has been built. They used to just sit in the middle and do it. So if we just made a bit more dressed stone. We should be able to upgrade that. I wonder, is it a big job to upgrade this? Kind of. We need 194 dressed stone. We have 48. We already have enough mortar though. And then if we want to add the crenellations, even more. And then this thing. And then you gotta have your garrison tower. There. And some outer towers, right? Just for funsies. So all of that. 207 planks, 267 dressed stone, 40 mortar. So we can just leave that, and then eventually when we get that, just commit to it, and that's what it'll look like. But I'm not going to do that, it's going to take too long. We're going to leave it there. But at least we can kind of see it. Alright, we did it! None of my animals died, except for one sheep, or two, due to elevation. That meant we had to move further downhill. I made my cheese. We have 23 cheese in the bank. We have our milk. We have wheat bread. We did farming in a non-farming region, totally fine. I didn't play optimally at all, but it was okay. Still made money. We're taxing people. What more do you want? Alright, that's going to be it. Thank you guys again very much for all the kind words. If you do have issues or problems with the game, of course, just my comment section is not the place for it. I don't mind people telling me directly it's not that. It's that the best place that the team can see it is in our Discord. So it's it's just Manor Lords Discord, discord.gg/Manor Lords, I guess. And you can leave feedback there in the gameplay feedback forum. You can make your own little thread and other people can vote it up. That's where suggestions can go and stuff like that too. Or if you've got an actual bug and you have the time, throwing your save file in is really appreciated, but even just reporting it can help as well. Just in case there are issues. I think the plan is that this beta will be out by the end of the month, hopefully. So if you're playing on Xbox Game Pass or just other platforms, Epic Game Store, whatever, you should be able to get it by then. And by then, it'll be all translated and perfect. There'll be no problems. That's going to be it for me. Thank you again very much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate the support and all the people saying they missed my videos and stuff. It's very kind, so thank you. And yeah, hopefully Anno videos this week. All right. See you later, Kenrick, and everyone else as well. Thank you. Take it easy. Good night.